It wasn't always pretty for the Oklahoma Sooners offense. In fact, it was pretty bad. But John Mateer and the Sooner offense found just enough in the tank to back up a big-time play by the Sooner defense, and the Sooners are basically punching their ticket to the college football playoff after a win over LSU in their season finale Saturday. Let's talk about it on this Hall of Fame College Football call-in show. Good evening, and welcome back to the Late Shift Hall of Fame College Football. We're going to do a recap. I just had to check out the new intro that I made, so I went ahead and threw it up there. What's up, Mr. Mason? Another grimy victory, but this Sooners football team is certainly hard to kill. What a game! What the hell's going on?
Just determined to this team is determined to send old Sooner fans to the cardiac ICU. It seems like, we double the yardage of LSU, and then we lose the turnover battle. So it's like, okay, you guys all said we couldn't put any yards up. Well, we'll put some yards up, and then we have 3 turnovers that are critical to why this game was so close. But you spin it however you want. OU won again against a team that is defensively good. Obviously, offensively they're pretty bad, and but overall, Auburn took Bama to the edge tonight. SMU lost to Cal somehow. So, the ACC.
That means Duke is on the way to the
ACC championship game. So there are lots of teams that didn't get it done today, but OU's not one of them. So A&M didn't get it done Friday night. We got it done. So,
Listen, there's something to be said for that, because A&M looked like they'd been playing a bunch of fucking patsies, which I guess they have.
Well, they're the only SEC team not to play OU, Ole Miss, Georgia, or Bama, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Missouri was their best win.
Wow.
And, from that standpoint, other than Notre Dame.
Notre Dame was a big win for them early in the year.
But SEC-wise, we're talking SEC in conference. They ducked everybody, and so they got to go on the road to Texas, and I think a pretty bad game plan by Mike Elko and Colin Klein, and let Arch, and restored the Manning Trophy, which is going to be given to Arch Manning, which is actually better than the Heisman. Jason, I'm not sure if you've heard about it. It's the Manning Award. It's the Super Heisman, and it goes to the best Manning in college football. So But let's not talk about Texas and A&M. We won. We were at 10-2. This is a tightrope of a season. The last 4 games after a bad Ole Miss showing, which I think we pretty much eviscerated on our recap, and this team responded in a way I don't think we thought Brent had in him as a head coach, and didn't think this team had as a team. So there are lots of flowers for some individuals to go out there. You were at the game today, right?
I was. I froze my ass off and was hot at the same damn time.
Yeah, I almost
I don't know.
froze. I froze.
I threw up the little video at the half. Was like, what the fuck is going on? Then in the third quarter, I was really like, what the fuck is going on when he threw
Yeah.
2 more interceptions. I was sure that Hawkins was going to come in. Sure he was. Of course, Venables said that it was never a thought. I don't know that that's necessarily true, but
Yeah,
they
you,
didn't.
you won the game. He threw the winning touchdown pass. Why? You're not going to dredge up, and you're not going to dredge up that you were 1 series away from pulling it, right?
Oh no, of course not. Of course,
so it doesn't make sense to go back,
that's not
spin
what I
that
was even
back.
getting at. I kept thinking it was coming, and I was like screaming for it at one point.
Well,
And everybody in the whole section was, so it wasn't like it was just one guy or anything like that. But it was wild.
You could tell. You could tell. But you then turn it around.
The thing was that they were putting yards up. You were hitting some plays, and then you'd hit the interception. I mean, it was just like it was some weird stuff going on there. And I mean, you're seeing guys open and things like that, and you're hoping everything's gonna work itself out. And you kept thinking at some point they were gonna do it, but when they're down in the fourth quarter,
Yeah.
they're down 13-10, and you're thinking, what the fuck, man? I mean, it just didn't feel like it was gonna come. And then
he pulls it out of his ass.
Wide the fuck open. Nobody within 25 yards of the guy.
Well, the 2 passes before really set it up, right? The 2 passes before really set it up. Hit the hit Canick, and then he hit. I'm trying to remember who he hit before. Was it Gibson? And then 2 LSU DBs kind of look at each other like, "Are you covering that guy? I'm not covering that guy. Are you covering that guy?" And Mateer, to his credit, hit the hit. Satania wide open, didn't miss that one. And and how you miss our top wide receiver, who the fact that Satania is probably in the argument for all SEC with the talent at wide receiver in the SEC, I think is a statement to him what kind of year he's had at wide receiver. Because I think he's probably after today, he's probably like 3rd for yardage in the conference, something like that. So something like that. Torrey Blaylock gave us everything he had today.
He did. Hey, listen, man, I got a lot of respect. I've had a lot of respect for that kid all year. I've loved the way that he's come in and really kind of slogged through being a freshman and going through some of that kind of stuff. Had an injury from game 1. He had that, that shoulder was banged up right away.
Yeah.
He's fought his way through the entire season. The kid had some big time runs tonight.
He flashed.
He did, man. And there's a couple of times it just looked like he was about to go. And I mean, but Satania, this guy is a problem for people. If you let him get loose, he's going to get your ass. And finally, Deion Burks made somebody miss.
And he took a touchdown in, and you're just sort of like looking at that, sort of wondering. I mean, today it looked a little bit like, interceptions included. I'm not excusing those at all, and some of the misses. But today it looked like slinging the ball, Jason. We saw a little bit of early Mateer. It looked a little bit like the juice that he had when we first saw him. The mistakes were there as well, like the Michigan game. Like he made mistakes in the Michigan game, right? But you got the good with the bad, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think X-Rob obviously just, he's like a warrior out there just giving us whatever he could. Obviously those 2 guys, don't want to get too far ahead, but obviously you just imagine a healthy X-Rob and a healthy Blaylock, right? As a true 1-2 punch. Because we've only had that since South Carolina, right? That's the only game where they've really sort of been healthy together. So that's something I think we could look forward to. And it's hard to tell a little bit from the TV coverage, Jason, but it looked like Fabechi Wewu's snapping was was good today. That it was not an issue. They weren't being dribbled back.
He was ready. He was ready to do it.
And you got to give him props for that. I mean, as a senior,
man, this guy's been the best offensive lineman for 2 years on this team.
yeah.
You know, obviously this year you've got the freshmen that are looking good, but this is the guy that's been the most consistent, always in there doing his job.
And sliding over to center when you've
It did
got to
worry
have
me.
him. Yeah, I mean, when you've got to have him, I mean,
Yeah, listen, I think
3 bad
that's
snaps
why
and we lose this football game. If
we're going to depend on him. Yeah, I think so.
3 bad snaps and you could have lost the football game today. I mean, that was one of my major worries. But obvious. Our 5 stars are now 5 stars, right? Because Peyton Bowen and David Stone,
brother.
and PJ's probably his senior year away from being. I think PJ's had a good junior year. If you really want to take some swipes at him, go ahead. But he's played so much better this year that he looks like next year he's just going to kind of take off.
Oh yeah, he looked great. Wine. They didn't get any sacks tonight, which was kind of surprising. But they shut the run down. I mean, anytime Caden Durham got sick a bit of his homecoming real quick, and he got here and got his ass handed to him often.
Yeah, I wonder do you think Brent was just trying to keep Van Buren in the pocket and not let the scramble stuff, the off the book stuff kind of influence them, know that our secondary could handle them, and they did. So I think that's a little bit of his plan. He was like, I'm not going to let the mobile quarterback get out of the pocket, and I'm not going to attack him, let him get out and make bullshit plays and make big bullshit plays like Chambliss did on us. I'm going to pen him inside.
Well, it's what I was talking about the other day. That these mobile quarterbacks that can throw it a little bit are the guys that are they're a pain for everybody. You know what I mean?
I mean, look at Mississippi State's guy on Friday.
Mario Taylor's a bad dude.
Which you called, by the way. I'll give you props for that.
Dude, yeah. We've talked about him a little bit throughout the year. That they should have been playing him for a while because I thought Blake Shapen was trash, but I've always thought he was. I thought he was bad when he was at Baylor, so it's not a big deal. We're talking about almost 3 full weeks that you got before you play a playoff game. Beavos, I've already kicked you out twice, and I'll kick you out again if I had to, but guess what? OU's going to be in the playoff. You're not. So shut the fuck up, okay?
Don't lose to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty simple.
Don't lose. Yeah, don't lose to a 3 or 4-8 Florida.
I mean, and it wasn't close.
No.
So and if you want to talk, we were so close. You're also close to losing to Kentucky and Mississippi State, and you're the only the contender teams in the SEC. If you think you are one, you're the only one that got Arkansas, Mississippi State, and Kentucky. You didn't get any of those teams. The 3 worst teams in the conference.
They keep talking about 3 top 10 teams and all that shit, but I mean, how much do we really believe that Texas A&M is one? They lost. I mean, they lost all the big games that they played, aside from the Oklahoma game. And hey, it is what it is. Good for you. You won the Red River. You're not in. And it's your own fault. Nobody's going to get in with 3. I don't want to hear your shit about we're not going to play a good out of conference. It's not about your non-conference schedule. It's not about your strength of schedule. It's about the fact that you lost 3 fucking games and you didn't lose to the good teams. Alabama lost out of it the same way last year, losing to Oklahoma and to Vanderbilt, both of which had losing records on the season.
Ooh, man, talking about scores I did not see coming, Jason. I did not see Diego Pavia body slamming the Vols and Neyland like he did today.
Brother, they shouldn't have been talking all that shit to him. I was watching that after the game. They should not have been talking all that shit to him.
I did not see that coming. I mean, if you're a Tennessee Volunteer fan, you've got to be wondering what the F is going on. I mean, not that you need to chase Heupel out, but I mean, to get body slammed by Vandy that much at home.
Yeah, listen, I had it. I figured that was what was going to go down. I really did.
Yeah, I thought the Vols' speed and lack of pass rush would be the problem. I didn't see Tennessee giving up 330 yards rushing to to Vandy. So, every once in a while you miss a
They
stat.
can stop a freaking running nose, man. They just can't. They're just not very good.
Yeah, it's just,
Defense.
some surprising results today, a little bit of some results. But like I said, OU took care of business, and
If anybody's going to bitch about the playoffs and who's in and who isn't, it should be
Vanderbilt. Yeah.
A 10-2 season? I don't give a crap how good they were last year. Nobody was calling a 10-2 year for them this year.
Jason, I think 5.5 wins was their preseason over under.
Wow. Whoa. Is that what he said? About time he did. Well, that ought to tell you what's going to happen if Mateer doesn't leave. And look, we don't. I'm not going to get into this a ton. We can let you guys call in about it and talk about it in a little bit. But for right now, I think you got to look at this as as much as I've been harder than probably most people than on these guys than anything, especially on that offense, on Mateer, on Arbuckle. But at some point, this is the way these guys are going to win and lose. Do I think that they can get through the playoff like this? I don't. Do I think that this is, I don't know that it's fun to watch. It's fucking scary to watch. It's entertainment, but it's enough to want to give you a heart attack a little bit. But I got to tell you, it's wild, man. It's wild.
Well, if you're anybody, you don't want to. This funny thing is I've seen all this crap from Fornelli and Danny Cannell and Chris Felica just talking out their ass about different about OU, like, well, we should be reevaluating whether OU should be in the playoffs, and just nonsense and shit like that. It's, I don't know what we'll do in the playoffs, but if I wanted to have my quarterback upright for the week following or 2 weeks following, I would not want to play Oklahoma. And let's remember, presuming that nothing stupid, we don't get shafted in some galactic way, and I'm hoping our SEC membership ensures that doesn't happen. We get our Mason Thomas back. The defense guys have been seeing for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
We get our premier pass rusher back. 3rd and long, if you don't have an elite NFL left or right tackle, your quarterback could get his head knocked off and strip fumble touchdown. Halton almost intercepted a fumble today, almost intercepted a pass today, and could have run it back. Probably would have probably gone at least 30 yards before they tackled his ass. Halton today, that fumble we didn't get, he almost caught it in full stride to be going back the other way. And of course, I think the stadium might have melted down at that point if we had another touchdown like that from the defense like that in Norman. But I don't think you want to play OU. I don't think you want to play our defense. Our secondary is playing better than they ever have. We've got Peyton Bowen playing like a 5-star. Our secondary is playing much better, and our front 7 is the best in the country. So, do I think could we beat Indiana or Ohio State? I have no idea. But I put us on the field and see what happens.
Listen, I think that this defense is going to keep you in every game without a doubt. And unless you have a quarterback that can run, and really outside of Ole Miss, there's not a lot of super mobile quarterbacks going to be in this playoff.
Is Mendoza? Is Mendoza that mobile?
I guess he's a little bit, but
yeah. Hasn't seen anything.
I don't think he's like the guy we saw tonight. I don't think he's like Trinidad.
No, he's not. Chambliss is the only guy that has the key to unlock going against us. Really.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not sure we would even match up with Ole Miss, and I'm not sure what they're going to do about Kiffin leaving. Sounds like that's the announcement is the negotiation between Ole Miss and Kiffin on. Does he get to coach the playoff game? That sounds like the only thing holding up.
Did he take the LSU job then?
I think he's taken the LSU job, and they're just negotiating whether he'll get to coach them in the playoffs. With, I think, Ole Miss saying, yeah, I'm not sure you get to do that. And Kiffin saying, let's keep talking.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, or
Carl, what's up, man? Good to see you, Coach Carl. Yeah, listen, I don't know, man. It's one of them deals where it's Kiffin. The whole Kiffin deal is pretty wild, isn't it?
it is. I mean, to leave your team and to go to another team in conference. I can understand Ole Miss saying we don't want you in. If the moment you sign with LSU, we don't want you anywhere near our team and our players.
I wouldn't let him around, no doubt.
So, but I'm not sure they have someone who has any level of gravitas to push them through.
No,
I guess
I think they're screwed if they don't. I don't know.
Is the Golden guy? Is he? That's their defensive coordinator, right? The old Alabama guy.
Golding. Yeah,
Golding. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he's been around long enough, but
yeah, but this, you're not just talking about your head coach. You're talking about your play caller, the guy that runs the offense altogether. You know, Charlie Weiss Jr. I don't know that. I mean, I guess he would probably stay around maybe to do all that stuff, but he doesn't call the plays now. So, I mean, this is if you're Ole Miss and you're pushing him out the door. Now, listen, I understand why they would do what they would do. Real quick, super chat from Easy Money 1464. I think we have a good chance at beating Notre Dame, especially with time to rest and prepare. Listen, Notre Dame is a complete football team, though. They play defense, they play good offense, they've got the best running back in the country, and they've got a quarterback that completes passes. I don't know that I think that, but the defense is going to put you in every game. What can you do? Can you make a freshman at the end of his, redshirt freshman year make mistakes and win like you do? Grimy.
yeah.
I think it's good a chance to do it as anybody, but I don't know that you're gonna. I would tell you that I do not believe, and I've been saying this. You're not winning the Natty like this. You're just not gonna win the Natty.
No. You need. We need part of what we saw today, and the other part disappearing today, right? We need the moving the ball, spreading it around, right? We need some complementary running, and we need some points. We need probably to beat Notre Dame. And I'm not even know we're playing Notre Dame. If it's in Norman, I think we need like about 27 points to get that done. 27 to 30 points to beat Notre Dame.
Right.
That's what I would say. You're not going to hold Notre Dame in the teens. They're going to get to the 20s in some way, shape, or form with their balanced offense, as you said. They're going to get to the 20s, so you're going to be in the 20s. So, I think that's kind of at home. I think that's kind of where you're looking at. I mean, that's a total swag because, it hasn't been announced yet. If it's in Norman, that I would say that's the case. You need somewhere in the mid-20s. Now, last time Notre Dame came to Norman, I think was it 2011, 2012? The Manti Te'o Catfish Notre Dame team.
They beat us the first year, then we got them that next year, right? So
and then I know we went back to then we went to South Bend and beat them with a good showing by Blake Bell and some great play by Sterling Shepard and LaColton Bester, and a really good Sooner defense that day.
Hey man, that was a great game. It was fun. That's a fun little series. I'm glad they're going to be playing it. I would tell people that, kind of going back to what we were talking about with this playing teams out of conference and playing good schedules and shit like that. Don't get it twisted. Don't listen to Sark's bullshit about why should we play Ohio State? Because it wasn't about them losing to Ohio State. If they hadn't lost to shitty Florida, they'd also have been 10-2. If they tried though to lose two more, really three more, in a row. When you had two overtime wins over Kentucky.
And Vandy was a series away from tying that and turning it into something.
Yeah, listen. I mean, it was what it was, but it is what and I would just tell you that you need to continue doing that. The ones that are getting away from it, you're going to see that this strength of schedule stuff is going to hold up, because guess what? If BYU doesn't get in, And I'm going to tell you that I think ACC, if they're lucky, they get one. They don't deserve to. I think BYU and Tech should get in, no matter what. I think they should both get in.
Okay, all right.
But here's the thing, though: if one of them doesn't, it's going to be because of those schedules.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
because of those schedules, because they really haven't played anybody out of conference. Not only did Oklahoma play Michigan out of conference, not only did they, they played pretty much the toughest schedule that you could play in the SEC, right? But it was them
short
or
of playing Georgia, we played everybody.
Absolutely. So you played as good a teams as you could possibly play, and you found a way to go to 10-2. Okay, one of them is going to end up being a 2-loss team at 11-2, no matter what. But I think that they deserve to be in, probably based on going 11-1 on the season and really dominating a conference that we've been watching kind of eat itself alive for the last few years, right? Just kind of feasting on each other, cannibalizing itself. These guys were the heads above everybody else at BYU and Texas Tech. I think that they're playing the NIL game like nobody else is. I think that you're going to start seeing that from other programs. But I think that I believe they deserve two. If you're going to give one of them to the other two, if you're going to give two to either one of the other Power 4 programs or conferences.
Yeah, especially over the ACC.
The Big 12, not the fucking ACC.
Yeah, I mean, Miami, I understand their arguments and their issues.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, they have two terrible losses to Louisville and SMU.
I don't know about the Louisville ones as terrible per se.
Well, look at what's happened to Louisville since then.
They haven't been great lately. No, you're right. But
although they smashed Kentucky some today, so it's all relative, I guess. But yeah, if there's an extra spot going to somebody, depending upon what BYU does in the Big 12 championship game, I got no issue with that spot going to BYU. Okay, I mean, we'll see.
As long as they don't get blown out or something like that again.
Yeah, as long as it's not. If they get blown out again, I'd be like, you had two bites to be competitive.
But here's the deal. If they don't get in, the point I was trying to make is if they don't get in, it's going to be because of the scheduling. So don't listen to the Texas bullshit.
Right, exactly.
Calling me after the game tonight saying the same shit. I was like, whoa. You can't punish them for losing to Ohio State for playing that game? Okay, fine. You can punish them for Florida. You can punish them for, trying to lose to Kentucky and Mississippi State. You can, and not to mention, they did everything but lose to Vandy right after. Now, Vandy, again, that's a good win. And look, but don't lose to Florida. Don't lose to Florida.
And they don't have a good road win.
They don't. They got drugged by Georgia. You lost to Ohio State. You got drugged by Georgia. Those are your two big road games. You lost them.
Yeah.
And you beat an A&M team that all of a sudden doesn't look as good as everybody thought they were. Neilio asked Summerall to Gainesville. Listen, I think that's the move that they made when they decided to pull out of the Lane Kiffin deal.
And they're snagging him before, and Auburn is now back to square one. I think everyone
maybe. I think that but here's the thing: if Florida is trying to jump the line because they believe that they're a better, they're more sought after by Summerall than what Auburn is. Okay. But if Auburn is really the program that everybody talks about it being, which I don't know that it is, then why is Florida able to do that? Because he was pissed off at Florida a week ago for leaking that he was going to be interviewing there. That was a week ago. So do I think he's going? It looks like he might be. But I would just say this. I think that he's the best hire of the group of all of them anyway. I'm going to tell you, I think John Summerall's the best coach in the country that's out there. Maybe the Morris guy that Oklahoma State got. As far as development and stuff like that.
If you're Oklahoma State, you are happy you got that signed deal.
Listen, I mean, could
if
they
it is
go,
signed,
if they go get a guy like Jaden O'Neal now? Could they? I mean, they could.
They should.
They should.
I mean,
Absolutely.
that's a bad showing by FSU today.
Yeah.
I mean, it really. I mean, that's that's a bad showing. But yeah, it's
Zachariah. Wait. Who's over here talking about Zachariah Stitch? Oh yeah, you're talking about the kid from Cal, the Sagalapululele or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
That's a bad dude, man.
No
He's a bad
talent.
dude.
No talent around him. Poor team. We'll see if he stays at Cal because he could hit the portal and make an ass load of money.
No.
I mean, this is
what people say this a lot, Kyle, and I agree that this is an opportunity to be good for Lane. I don't even know that he's leaving Ole Miss, by the way. I'm not positive that he is at this point because I think if he was going to do it, he probably would have already done it. It feels like he would have already done it.
Yeah, but the counterpoint is he would have already shut this down if he was staying, right?
True. None of it makes
weird. It's a weird situation.
But I'll say this. I don't. With the way that LSU doesn't want to pay BK, I would not just immediately hop to that fucking job. And I get it that you can lock down the state, but I gotta say, what the fuck has Lane won? I like Lane Kiffin. I think he's a great offensive mind. All that stuff. I think he's gotten to be a better coach than he was in the past. I still don't think he's one of the top 2 or 3 coaches in the country. I just don't. Yeah, and I would tell you, I think John Summerall probably is. This guy just wins everywhere he goes. He just wins.
Again, it's interesting that he has a chance for Florida. He has a chance for Auburn. And he could be, and we think he probably he could be in the Ole Miss situation. So is he just going to sit back, just at some point say, final offer, guys, give me your last best, right? And we'll go from there. But the interesting thing is, if Lane does go to LSU or he doesn't go to LSU, regardless of what happens, there's only one John Summerall and one Lane Kiffin. So whatever happens in this whole mechanization, we're going to have 2 more openings in the SEC without apparent front runners. And you could start having a trick, does Kenny Dillingham make his way to Florida? Or if you're Auburn, do you try and get Dillingham? Or if you're Ole Miss, do you try and get Dillingham? So if he's open to leaving ASU, because they didn't that was a pretty uninspired effort against Arizona last night, even with Jeff Sims at quarterback, playing terrible. And they say the Levitt kid's on the move too.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of moving pieces out there, Jason, from the big college football perspective. Do you have any grand feelings about Bama Georgia in a rematch? Because that's what we got. That's what we got. That's what we got tonight, right? With everything that happened the last 2 days, we got Bama Georgia, right?
To be honest with you, I think that my grand feelings about Bama Georgia is that Bama never loses to Georgia.
Okay.
I mean, what else would you say? You know what I mean? I got to see Kirby do it. I think that right now, who do I think is playing better? Georgia. I think Georgia's playing better. I don't care.
But you got to see it, right?
Yeah, listen, show me. And Kyle Burnett, either you give us a viable argument that doesn't include something that makes Arbuckle look like he's much better than he actually has been about this argument that you're making, or shut the fuck up. Stop freaking dissing Michael Hawkins when he hasn't gotten an opportunity. Stop it. Because I said this the other day. I think I may have even said it to you, Mr. Mason. I think it's such a convenient argument to say if he was good enough, he'd be playing. This is Arbuckle's guy. And he threw 3 interceptions tonight.
Yeah.
He very well could have thrown the fucking game. They should have went to Michael. They should have. His parents had every right to get pissy about it. I would be probably too. And a lot of Sooner Nation's really upset tonight too. They were at the game. I'm telling you. Don't sit there and give me those bullshit arguments and just sit here and talk shit about the kid when you haven't seen him. None of us have. And the only thing we hear about what he does at practice is that he kills it. That's all we hear.
To be fair, we haven't had a lot of. We're not getting any data really on practice the last month.
No, well, that's
about
no.
Let me finish about anybody. So if you're like about Mateer, if you're saying, well, Mateer's looking great at practice, I would say, well, I'm not hearing. No one knows what's going on in practice for the last 30 days, at least the last 30 days. So, but we certainly aren't hearing Hawkins is practicing badly, right? No one's saying that. There's no accurate information really coming out of practice about how the two QBs are looking at. So if someone says that to you, they don't have that information is just not out there. So.
He can't pass. That's a stupid fucking thing to say. I've got video that says otherwise. It's just lazy. Guys, it's just lazy. Either show me something that is actually real or shut up. Quit trashing the kid. He's not in there for you to say that shit. He's not getting the opportunity. And he's not going to get the opportunity. He's not. Because he's not the guy for Arbuckle. Arbuckle is hung up on his guy. Get him the fuck out of this room. You don't know shit at all. Goodbye. Farewell. Auf Wiedersehen, motherfucker. Fuck out of here. Sick of you assholes. Mateer can pass. Oh, Lord of mercy. Guys, let's get off of this stuff for reals. Charles Crows Fly High. Thank you for the super chat, sir. He says, what the F, y'all? What the F? Hey, and again, guys, they're in the CFP.
So Fernelli and what's his name, the FSU guy, have been talking shit about OU. So Fernelli from the Pod 3 podcast is like, the country needs to have a serious discussion about letting Oklahoma into the playoff. I don't know what country he's talking about. Maybe Moldova or Bosnia-Herzegovina. Maybe they need to discuss it, or maybe Bangladesh needs to discuss it. But I don't think the United States of America needs to discuss it. So Jim Nagy, our GM, on Twitter responds with, letting Oklahoma into the playoff? Show me a better resume. Get the fuck out of here.
He's still a scout, bruh. He's still.
That's what our. If you wonder how much Jim Nagy is invested in this program, that's how much he's invested in what he's doing.
You think the committee has OU on the chopping block, Hankster? Why do you think that? You just worried? Are we just?
If we're just worried, I get that, but
yeah,
there's nothing to say. OU took care of business, and statistically, I think OU has the strongest strength of record and the strongest strength of schedule of all of the competitors, of all the 10-2 teams in that bucket. OU is by a wide margin has played the best strength of schedule and strength of record. I think they're 8th and 7th. I think I may have that reversed.
They've earned their way in.
They've earned their way in. So, you can worry about it. Maybe you can worry about losing the home game and OU playing in South Bend instead. We'll see where that goes. But overall, I think there is an off-season quarterback discussion that needs to be had. But today, you need to celebrate. You need to celebrate. We're 10-2. This squad fought its ass off to get here, and many contributions from many players, especially on the defense, Tate Sandell with the tackle basically on special teams today, stopping the Barrian kid from going the distance. Mm-hmm. He did. That's a flat out That's just true.
No
Tate Sandell, who we did not have during the spring game, and our GM took one look at our spring game and went, "Holy hell! I need to go find me a kicker." And he found us a guy. He found us a Lou Groza award winner. We've had some good kickers, in the Bob Stoops post era, right? And I'm pretty sure Sandell's our first Groza finalist. I don't think Burkett was a
finalist. If he doesn't win that thing, they need to stop giving the award.
Exactly. The only thing I worry about is the Hawaii guy who taught himself how to kick on YouTube. It's like it's a feel good story. That's all it is. Sandell's got the best stats. You've got lots of heroes, and some guys made plays on offense today, right? And we talked about Blaylock gutting it out, running the ball well. We talked about Satenya's, the last 4 games, Satenya's just balled out for us. Tate needs to be in New York. Again, best player,
money,
biggest MVP, biggest contribution. It's hard to say you're wrong there. Even meatheads, guys who call themselves meatheads, I'm just joking about that, the Pollock's podcast, right? Who says, I don't care about kickers, right? He says, Oklahoma's kicker is a badass. He's like, I don't usually talk about kickers, but I have to talk about him.
That's what every football player says, though. Anybody that isn't a kicker never talks about kickers. It's only become half-ass cool to talk about them since what's his name got so popular, Oh, why am I forgetting the dude's name? He's always on.
McAfee?
Yeah, Pat McAfee.
Okay. Yeah, who's a punter at West Virginia, right? So I think there's, we had lots of guys step up today, just like every game, right? People are stepping up and making plays. You're getting contributions from lots of sources. Like I said, Fabechi Wewu today played center. He hasn't started at center all year long. And we didn't have a snap that you would say cost us at a key moment in this football game. I mean, was it perfect? I'm not going to tell you it was perfect, but he played great. Blaylock playing out there today, as you said, he was a half step away from a couple of long touchdown runs.
Yeah, no doubt.
And we put up 318. We nearly put up 400 yards of offense, and that's the most we put up in SEC play this season. And LSU's a good defense. That's the number 8 defense in the country. And we were able to put up. Now, we should have scored more points, and obviously, Mateer.
They had every opportunity to. They've got to play better.
No one is denying that at all, right? We're not arguing that point at all. Nobody is. But to say
neither is Brent, by the way. Neither is Brent, and neither, for that matter,
Arbuckle.
Yeah, Arbuckle's not. And for shit, even Mateer's saying it.
Yeah,
I'm getting sick of hearing it from him. But he is saying it.
And I prefer hearing it after wins. So, Kip Lewis apparently, went up to him and shoved him and said, you're going to have to go win us this game and go win it. So, I think, there's a fine line between winning and losing. Just ask Auburn that, right? That's been their entire season of, of close wins, right? Close losses. They're the close loss champions, right? There's a fine line between winning and losing. And, and for the most part, again, it's before the wide open Satanya play, Mateer made 2 good throws to set us up. And it's not don't minimize the play by Satanya and Mateer there just because LSU busted, right? That's
but it was also smart. I mean, Buckle talked about when we hurried and got back in the play to try to confuse them a little bit. It worked.
Yeah, and we did no huddle today, which confused some folks. And guys, why didn't we use no huddle before? Because we've been trying to grind down the clock and win close games, and doing the Lebby no huddle is counterintuitive to that game plan.
Right.
When you're up in the fourth quarter, you don't speed up. with our defense, right? And then Tennessee never had the ball with a chance to win the game. Bama did, and did this weird, 13 play, 20-yard, 30-yard drive in 6 minutes, eating up 6 minutes. I don't know what they were doing. They should have been speeding up. But yeah, I think, again, we made plays. I don't think we have anything to excuse ourselves for. We went 10-2 on the hardest schedule, on a schedule that none of these talking head morons preseason predicted us doing anything close to 10-2.
Fair enough.
I mean, the Vegas over/under was what, 6.5, or was it 7.5? Jason, preseason.
Oh yeah, six wins. 6-6 was the number.
Yeah, so and none of these guys, these talking heads who are now saying we shouldn't be in the playoff, got anything close to predicting we were going to go 10-2. So I thought winning counted in this game. I thought that was the point. So
it does.
Do I wish we looked prettier doing it and weren't putting our fans through such anxiousness? Sure,
man, it's driving people nutty, no doubt.
Sure, I wish they were doing that. But when you compare walking off the field, this team that walked off the field in Baton Rouge last year, to what we did today in Norman, the transition of that team is huge.
Yeah.
I mean, Brent's improvement as a head coach, significant, right? And we haven't really even seen the impact of our front office completely yet. Although you guys know I'm the recruiting guy, and I will tell you the front office is effing killing it. We got Crew Jones tonight, who, if you've been on my podcast, you know what that kid looks like.
And Megatron, man, my guy, Kristen Megatron Moore, shout out to him. We're going to have him on the show. He was there today, too. He's maybe, I don't know if he was committed or not. He's going to let us know what happened. But it sounded to me like we might be getting him, too.
And I'm convinced, Jason, that I'm convinced we didn't offer him until we offered him so late to not tip off other teams.
I agree. After you watch that film, and guess what? He's got a torn groin. He had to have surgery on it right after the season was over.
So I think
he had it all year.
I think we offered him so late to not tip off anyone else.
I think so. Alabama knew on him, but they didn't want to put him at linebacker.
Which is silly.
He's a middle backer all day. He's a Mike all day long.
He's a Torrance Marshall kind of thick, Curtis Lofton kind of kid. I don't know how it'll pan out.
Well, and Selma's just not a place that puts out a lot of dudes, right?
Yeah.
It's just not a place that puts out a lot of dudes. So, but he's got a flood of them lately, though. He definitely got a flood of offers over the last few weeks. I think Oklahoma being first on him was definitely big, but I think you could be right. They may have just been trying to not tip anybody off. I think that's pretty good, really.
Because
guys, I'm gonna drop this call link in here in just a second.
Sure.
I do want to let some people call in. Before we do that, I'm gonna hit the head, and you can check out this. Are you tired of your game day gear looking like it's stuck in the off season? Well, step up your fandom with Hall of Fame College Football's official Fanatics partner store. Whether you're a diehard Oklahoma Sooners fan like myself, bleeding crimson and cream, or you rep another one of the SEC's heavy hitters, Fanatics has you covered. Shop thousands of officially licensed hats, jerseys, sideline polos, and exclusive championship merch from the entire Power 4 and Group of 6 too, all shipped directly to your doorstep and fast. Want to gear up like your favorite coaches and players? Are you looking for that perfect tailgate tee or a statement piece for your man cave? Fanatics is your one-stop shop for authentic college football gear from everybody that plays the game. So do yourself and your team a favor. Click our link in the description or simply log on to hofmedia.us/fanatics. That's hofmedia.us/fanatics. And you can shop everything that you want for the best prices of the day right on our Fanatics partner page. All right, we're back. The link is in there. Call in. Let's talk about what you guys want to talk about. Don't get too wild, but hold on real quick there. We already got our first one calling in. We're going to give you guys a couple of minutes each. Of course, Bishop can kind of come in and hang with us for a little while. Anyways, but starting off the deal, Bishop Frank. What up, Bishop? Can you hear me? You're muted.
Yes, I was. Do apologize. Hey, what's
What up?
shaking, family? Hey, I don't care what y'all say. That gauntlet is real. We went 4-0 the last 4 games to get into this playoffs. I don't care how you get it done. It's the SEC, and for us to do that. Hey, kudos.
Yeah. Breaking news from ESPN: Kiffin to be hired by LSU tomorrow.
Okay.
I was expecting this. Look, I was expecting him to go to Florida. I think that they punted on it at the last second because maybe they did want that. Sources: Kiffin likely to sign with LSU on Sunday, according to ESPN. Yeah,
So,
I think it was coming.
so what about Ole Miss now?
What about him? I don't know. Look, I think it's sucks for Ole Miss. You know what I mean? Makes you kind of wonder what's going on with the whole deal with them, and are they going to be able to keep this thing together? Because look, I got to tell you, man, to me, are you going to really not have him coach you the rest of the way? I understand what they're talking about not bringing him in. To me, this could end up leaving them out. Look at what they did to Florida State a couple years ago, man, because of a quarterback. This is your play caller and head coach. Are you going to tell me this is the same football team without him?
Not at all, man. It's just I'm intrigued because this is the first time I've seen a coach that has coached a team to the playoffs doesn't get an opportunity to complete the process.
It's definitely precedent setting. Whatever we get from the committee about Ole Miss is going to be they're going to set at least a 1-year precedent moving forward for this. I'm not sure. I mean, they only have 1 loss. If they had dropped the Egg Bowl, I think they could have found themselves falling even behind like OU without their coach. But since they managed to win the Egg Bowl, but I do think it's going to be interesting to see what the committee does with A&M and with Ole Miss, because A&M's loss was pretty crappy. I kind of think A&M was going to drop into the 7 spot, and you'd have Oregon and Tech and Ole Miss ahead of them. But did
Oregon end up winning that game today?
They did. So they won. So they're now 11-1. Obviously, they're not getting to the Big Ten championship game. How you view them? The injuries is the interesting thing with Oregon. If they get DeCorian Moore and the Bryant kid back, they're very different on offense with those 2 speedsters back. For those guys, so I think we're setting up. Obviously, I think for the Big Ten champion to be the number 1 seed. The Big Ten loser will be the 3rd seed, unless it's like a blowout, an ugly blowout. And then obviously the SEC champion, if it's Georgia, I think is the 2 seed. If it was Alabama, maybe the 4th seed, and Tech is able to move up a little bit. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Maybe they'll put Tech at the 4th spot on Monday, and they'll just have to take care of business against BYU. But it's what they do with an Ole Miss without Kiffin, if that's what the negotiated decision is. As you said, Jason, it's very interesting because that you can't just. This isn't like when Harbaugh was put on the sideline during that whole situation and Sharon Moore was coaching, right? He's banned from the building. He won't be there. And as you said, Charlie Weiss, is their OC and probably can play.
Yeah, but he's going to go with them. I mean, all these dudes are probably going with them eventually.
Yeah. So what do you do? So, and who is your interim head coach? I don't know their staff well enough to know.
That's what I was gonna say.
I don't know if they're staff well enough to know if there is a veteran Todd Bates kind of unifier guy that they like. Frank Wilson obviously has kept LSU sort of together.
Yeah.
But I don't know that. And Durkin kept.
I'll give Frank a lot of props, man. Frank did a job. I mean, they won 2 of their last 3.
Yeah, something like that. So I played a terrible Western Kentucky team, but they did put it together to beat Arkansas, and they gave us a game today. They didn't quit today. There's no quitting those guys today, which I thought maybe we'd see. So, but I don't know who on the Ole Miss coaching roster is an interim with any gravitas to kind of keep that team together.
Right. Hey, Sooner Race, can you hear us? Hello. Sooner Race, can you hear me? Can I hear you? Sooner Race, going once. Going twice. Sooner Race. I see you there, but I'm not hearing you.
I ordered 200 hand.
Hey, there he is. There he is. What's up, man? Hello?
Can I hear you?
I hear you.
Sooner Race, going once.
He's still got the video on.
Hear me? You hear me?
Yeah, I got you, man. You got to turn that video off.
You hear me now?
I got you. Yes, sir.
Hey, there you
You got to turn off your video.
Okay.
Turn off your video off your YouTube.
So, great win, and the defense is legit, and all these things are true. But one thing that I want.
hear me? Yeah,
You hear me now? The one thing that I want. Sorry, I'm messing up over here. The one thing I want to see more than anything else is I want an honest evaluation of the quarterback position as well as every position on the team. If the coaches really feel like Mateer is the best option at quarterback, then move forward, make adjustments, and call it good. But if it's not, then that should be treated no differently from any other position on the team. And I'm not sure that's been done up to this point. Mateer is Arbuckle's guy, and he's the offensive coordinator, and I get it. But we're in the playoff now. We have to put out the best team that helps us win, and the coach's job is to do that regardless of your personal feelings about the situation. And so that's all that I really have about that. I'll turn it over to you.
Okay. Yeah, and I mean, I appreciate the comment, and honestly, what I heard from Arbuckle tonight, it's like, the weird thing is that look, you weren't going to hear, just like we said earlier, Mr. Mason, you weren't going to hear BV say, yeah, well, I was going to pull him the next series if he didn't fucking get it together, right? You weren't going to hear that. You were going to hear him say, no, we believe in him. That being said, I think they had to have been pretty close to pulling him, but with Arbuckle, his is like, well, no. I mean, it's like, what do you mean? Whatever do you mean? I trust him. I do that. Again, he wasn't going to say any different either, but he's also his guy. It's a concern for me. And as I said earlier, the reason I got all fired up and pissy about it with the one guy is because, look, don't give me I don't want to hear that, the convenient argument that if he was good enough, he'd be playing. That's bullshit. Because nobody's seen whether he's good enough or not. You can say that if you want to. But it doesn't mean that you know shit. And so to me, I want to see him being held a little bit more accountable. And it wouldn't bother me if you put in Whit Neubauer with him throwing picks like that. You could have lost the game over it.
The one thing I will say to Sooner is it's a little unrealistic. Quarterback's different. This isn't left tackle. You don't evaluate them and you don't make changes there in the same way. And to think that you would evaluate. We have 3 weeks to retool, It's hard to retool on the fly with some of the injury issues we've had at running back. We just swapped out our center and played Foji at guard today and relied on Simmons at tackle. We've been piecing things together to win football games, sort of by hook or by crook, to use my mom's old term. You have some time to fine tune some things, retool, get some guys healthy. It's time to throw the kitchen sink at whoever we play. Definitely some time to think about how you can get Mike on the field to help you win games, however you need to win a game. That's, if you told me that you didn't want to put Mike fresh on the road at Neyland or in Tuscaloosa, I can understand that a little bit, right? I don't buy it completely, but I would understand what you would say there. But now you got 3 weeks to fine tune what you're doing and choose your best plays. And you've got some time to look at can we use Mike's skill set to help us? To get us that extra 7 points, that extra 3 points, those extra first downs that we need to win a matchup against a team that is as good as anybody we've played, right? In Norman, you just gotta fine tune some things, and you've got a chance to do that during a 3-week bye.
Change the fucking offense in that amount of time, for fuck's sake.
You can get what's working, what's not working.
Absolutely,
it's harder to do that.
I would love it if they, like what Teddy said, fire the fucking RPO into the sun. I hate it, but
yeah, I mean, but if it
really
or reduce it, simplify it, like the play we hit to Burks today, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, let's think about how we can get that matchup again. How can we use? I thought the Caden Helms catch today was like nice. I'm like, oh, okay, they actually threw Caden Helms downfield a little bit.
Yeah, but that throw to him out of the backfield was like, what the? How do you miss that one?
Yeah, but that was bad.
You're like,
so there's the good and the bad, and you got a chance to reassess it. Kevin Wilson and Arbuckle can sit down. If we don't have a game next week, they got nothing to do but scout and evaluate and change up what we're doing.
And see, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go, Bishop. I've been talking too long.
Yeah, no. What I was going to add to you and piggyback off of both of you gentlemen is understand Arbuckle has never been to the playoffs. Kevin has. I believe he, for any possibility for us to move forward, Kevin has to be in the decision making going forward. For the simple fact is, he knows what needs to be fine tuned, and Arbuckle needs to be willing to look into the mirror, which is Kevin, is his mirror, and allow him to critique him so that he can really see the truth and see what he critique him about. If it makes the necessary changes for us to be more, complimentary, then go with it.
Yeah, I love this comment right here. I believe part of the problem is the last several quarterbacks have inherited the job. Only one of them worked out. Listen, the truer words have not been fucking spoken in a while. Again, we can speculate all we want to about who is this and who is that. Listen, if you're not actually competing for every position on this team, and every other position pretty much is, then what are we talking about? Hold on.
Totally. Go ahead.
Yeah, please continue.
No, what I was going to add, the facts of the matter is now that we went to the second season, which is the playoffs, now the truth of being able to utilize all your bullets, like my brother was saying, it's time to, when you set up a game plan and you put forth everybody that can help you win or give you that little extra added necessary kneeling to make sure you go score a touchdown, it needs to be in there. I don't care if it's a series or two. You got to know that if called upon, he can do it. So these 3 weeks should be Arbuckle and Wilson working together and truly Wilson just saying, look, this, I see this, this, and this, see what you could do, come up with, and bounce it off of me. Because the simple fact is, in the playoffs, everybody got plenty of film on each other. There's nothing underneath the sun they haven't seen that you have ran. So this is where having Kevin Wilson, who has been there, can actually be a benefit to us and give
Well,
us a better chance to win.
I think part of that has to do with the fact that go ahead. I'm gonna let you say what you need to say, but I think part of that has to do with the fact that Evan Wilson is not going to step on toes unless he's told to do so. Go ahead.
And
Yeah,
no, go ahead.
I was just also that. Don't forget our front office comes into play too, right?
Nagy is in charge of a lot of this shit.
I
Facts.
mean, Lake Dawson and those guys are going to be reviewing film and saying, "Look, we're also going to be working night and day when they're not working on getting our portal targets and all that taken care of, and the other recruiting stuff they're doing. They've got time to also help with that sort of self-scouting evaluation that we need to do over the next 3 weeks, right? To say, look, we've looked, and these are the plays we think will work against Notre Dame. We've been looking at film, if that's who we're playing. But don't forget, we now have like 4 or 5 guys who are pro scouts who understand football at a really high level that can also help OU at this point in time.
And see, that's gentlemen. That's all I'm saying is like you get a new release in the playoffs, and it's one and go home. If you don't win, it's 1-0 each and every week. If that's the case, then I got to be willing to do whatever necessary to go 1-0 each and every week. If that means, hey, Michael Hawkins, you be ready. We're going to have this set of plays. If we put you in, you need to be able to read the defense, understand where you can go, and when we call upon, you need to be able to do that. Same with Materi. He has to be held to the same standard. The throwing the interceptions and making the mistakes has to cease. We got to be clean.
Yep.
Because there's no more LSU's and no disrespect. There's no team that doesn't deserve to be in the playoffs. Everybody has earned their way in. So now you got to step your level up.
Yeah. What? Adam West, what are you talking about? He didn't make the right decision. No. He should have been there should have been packages of some kind. It's about competition with me. That's the only thing I'm talking about. That's the only thing I'm talking about. It's got to be about competition. It should always be about competition. Anything else you want to add, man? Or are you there, Mr. Mason? You want to hang for a while? You're muted.
You're muted.
Yeah, I'm just going to bounce and let you get your callers in. Just a quick plug. It's signing day Wednesday. We've got lots of stuff going on with Jason and with my channel as well. So if you're following recruiting the next 4 days are about to be an absolute heater of info and information. OU is doing a great job out there, and signing day is going to be pretty wild. So thanks, everyone. We're 10-2. We'll be back again with a playoff. Well, with hopefully a playoff preview at some point where you guys we can all argue about. So I'm out. Thanks, Jason.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming in. All right. So let's see. Mr. Mason, thank you for coming in. Still got Bishop in here. Somebody else can call in if they would like to. Obviously, let's see. Copy. Bishop. Yeah, I mean, just to kind of continue. I mean, we don't have to. There's more stuff we could talk about.
Oh, absolutely.
But I'll just say this: the locker room knows who the best guys. I don't know that that's. Listen, you know what? All we heard all of last year was how much when Michael Hawkins came in for Jackson Arnold. Let's just talk about. Let's just be real for a second. You guys stop with the revisionist history, okay? when Michael came in and played the way he did against Tennessee, and it wasn't just running the ball, he was layering passes over linebackers in front of safeties. He was making good throws. He made a big time throw against Auburn and a huge run against Auburn. He was 20 of 31 against Texas. They had a shit game plan. Okay. 20 of 31 against Texas, no turnovers. He had the one bad game against South Carolina that I would tell you was all about Bowers Sharp being one-on-one with the best edge men in the fucking country, more than it was about him being terrible. And what we've seen of him this year, he led Oklahoma to 5 straight scoring drives against Kent State. He did have that one shaky looking series when they were getting after him and he got a little bit of happy feet and had some bad looking throws. He still didn't turn the football over. And when's the last quarterback at Oklahoma against anyone to lead 5 straight scoring drives? I'll wait. Stop sitting here saying stupid shit, guys. Stop doing it. I'm not saying that he's guaranteed the number one guy immediately. I'm telling you, give him an opportunity. The dude has blazing speed. He's got a big time arm. He works with Kyler Murray's dad and has all kinds of game. Give him an opportunity. And even if you want to talk about that Kent State game where he got the happy feet and didn't look great, okay, cool. Do that if you want. But guess what? Even Big Bill said we hurt him in that game. They were doing some stuff with their pass rush that I had never seen before, and they have a guy that's an NFL guy, and he got after him, and we didn't really have an answer for it for a while. It had nothing to do with Michael. It had everything to do with the line not doing its job. Nobody watches that episode of that coaches show that they have. Because he said it. You could go back and find it. It was the week of the Texas game that they said that. The bottom line is the dude can play. There's going to be a lot of good quarterbacks in the portal. You don't look, but guess what? If Buckle's coming back and he is, do you not want continuity of some kind? I would like continuity of some kind. I don't know that I want it with material with the way he's playing. And the bottom line is how could it be worse than what you're getting? Let's just be honest. It's just wild. Mason's YouTube channel is Sooners 360 at Sooners 360. It's actually in the description right at the top.
Absolutely.
Man,
But J-Ro,
Oklahoma. It's not happening.
Yeah. The bottom line is you guys, I get your concerns, but the simple fact is both quarterbacks have shown some areas that they need to evolve in. But no one, the bottom line is when Hawkins has had his opportunity to lead when he didn't have an OC last year, he found a way to make us credible and be in a game that everybody knew that the OC had no idea of how to put a game plan together. So some credit has to be there. But understand this year, both of them have shown where, I don't know, it might be the scheming of the offense of coming from the Pac-12 that might play a role in it, because the way their feet mechanics of the quarterback is not. I'm not used to it.
I just said, Adam West, I just talked to you about that South Carolina game. How was that his fault when they had one-on-one blocking assignments for Bowers Sharp against edge guys that were getting to him that quick? That's not true that he didn't show any improvement between last year and this year. Stop saying stupid shit. Stop. He hasn't gotten an opportunity. Mateer throw way more interceptions. Yeah, today he had 3 interceptions.
And see, that's what I'm saying.
A year ago too, and he's again. Tell me the last Oklahoma quarterback to lead 5 straight scoring drives against anyone. I'll wait. It's with all this rope that goes to one guy and it doesn't go to anybody. And I'm not even saying that. I'm not saying it has to happen now. But look, there's a reason why. Obviously, his family is pissed and over it. He's out. Unless Mateer's leaving, and I'm going to tell you this: do you think that Jim Nagy's wanting to keep him around for the price tag that they paid him this year? I don't think so. And make no mistake, he's in charge of where they spend their money and how. I don't care, Adam West. I don't care. It again. You're not listening to anything anybody's saying. The point is, he had one bad series against him. And Big Bill explained that the week after that. Go watch the film. Go watch it.
And we're not going to split hairs because the bottom line is we're going to need everybody on this team to find a way to contribute for us to go 1-0 each and every week in the playoffs.
All right. You know what? It was one fucking series. TP, you can get your ass out of here too. Because I'm getting tired of you guys saying one. It's just one thing. When have we seen John Mateer look good? There's no rope for anybody else but John Mateer. What the fuck are we talking about? You want to talk about sensible? Be sensible. No, it wasn't. It was. Bye. You're out of here, bro. Out. Get the fuck out. Fuck out. I'm done with these guys. I'm done with you clowns. If you're not gonna come in here and say dumb shit, then just be gone.
Well, I will say this, Jason. In all honesty, I am thankful to go through this gauntlet because I have learned a lot about our team. I learned a lot about our defense. They're willing to lay it on the line no matter what the offense does. They'll do their part, and so will our kicking game.
Listen, I think it's going to be what it's going to be this year. I don't think you're going to see changes. If they weren't going to go to him when he threw back-to-back terrible interceptions in the third quarter that lost them the lead and basically put them in danger of losing, then they're not going to make the change. Obviously, his family was pissed off in there tonight. Said he was 4 times a better quarterback than what Mateer is. It's turning ugly. It is what it is.
Yeah, same here, Chuck.
Are
I'm
people
just glad that with 10-2 and BV that on the hot seat is done. We can move forward, but we need to make sure that they understand it's not good enough. It's okay to do that because understand in the playoffs, everybody got so much cut up on us that hey, if we become one-dimensional like we've been, it could get real ugly if we don't make the choice to be honest and look in the mirror and make the necessary changes to be better.
If you're going to trash here, I'll tell you this: the Blazing Guile guy or whatever you're saying. If you're going to trash Hawkins he doesn't have any film this year. He doesn't have any film. TP, stop. If we're going to sit here and trash them, and he hasn't had an opportunity, but you don't trash Mateer, and you're not saying anything about him, why do we? I don't want to hear that shit. And I don't understand why people say anything about Michael Hawkins when he doesn't get an opportunity. Just give him an opportunity. Guess what? I'm going to tell you what. I will stand 10 toes down on this. He's probably going to be gone, and that's cool. Because he's going to go somewhere, get an opportunity, and blow the fuck up. And he deserves to get that. He does. We're here talking about let's hit the portal and replace them both. What the? None of it makes a whole lot of sense. You don't know that you don't know that Hawkins is bad. That's the thing. You don't know it. You don't have any film that says so. And Mateer is not getting it. Look, I'm glad he made the 2 throws that he did. The one to Satana, wide open. You didn't have to do much, but just throw it up. Thank God he hit it. He missed some bad ones too. He had 3 interceptions. And to anybody else, they get their ass kicked today. He didn't look good to you against Kent State. What didn't look good? TP. Brother, man. He did not play the second half. He played 1 fucking series against Temple. 1 series.
We was already winning.
Like 3 plays, 3 snaps. He's got his red shirt, yes. He's got
I
his
thought
red
we
shirt.
won tonight.
They did win tonight. And that's the point. This idea that if he was better, that he'd have been given an opportunity is a useless and wasteful comment. And it's completely convenient for the people that don't want him to play. Completely convenient. Knowing that Arbuckle brought Mateer with him, he's going to prefer him no matter. And listen to what he said tonight. Go listen to the Arbuckle talk because they brought it up. Did you ever consider taking him out? It was like, oh, what? Huh? The all shucks bullshit? I trust him with everything. Bro, no, you fucking don't. And by the way, BV said the same thing, but of course they're going to say that. Here's the thing. I saw BV barking at his ass multiple times on the sideline. He played the entire 4th quarter. Okay. Brother.
Let them get they might want to be on the phone. Stop talking in the chat. Come up.
Listen, yeah, you want to talk your shit? Then come in here and give me a real reason. Please give me a real reason. I'd love to hear it. We won't put your face on there. Pop in. Yeah, the same shit that they would have said if Jackson would have fucking balled out. They'd have lost their shit. Remember when everybody was so freaked the fuck out about Jackson playing against us in the Auburn game? What if he beats us? Of course they're not. Look, I think that you're going to get what you get at this point. I mean, I'm not under the impression that they're going to make any changes, guys. Obviously, they're not. You know what I mean? I'm excited. Hey, thanks, Neilio. Appreciate you. You have a good night, too. Appreciate you coming in. What's the point are you making? What's the point you're making? Do you remember the game, the very first game against Illinois State? How long did it take Mateer to get going? Like middle of the 2nd quarter? What was it? 14-0, 21-0 at the half? Let's not act like, again, we're judging these guys under different circumstances all the time. It is what it is. I'm glad they're 10-2. I didn't say that they should make big changes right before the playoff. But guess what? Do you care about winning the game? To me, a coach, no matter what, your job is to not just worry about the good of one player, it's the entire team. And if you're not getting it done with one guy, you see it happen all the time. They replace him with someone else. And it may be just for that game. Sometimes you got to do it. Why are they not willing to do so? That's concerning. And, I hate to, I'm not even going to be petty and say that shit. But I should. We're so thinking, oh, Bo Bitley, yes, the next John Mateer. Uh-oh. I said it. Sorry. I had to do it. Next, come on in. Talk Talk. Come on, Kyle. Call me. Call in. Mac, Chuck.
I could mention the name, but I'm gonna leave it alone.
Mm-hmm.
You know who I'm talking about.
Satterfield, call in and tell me what you think. Hankster, I know you're still in there. Fair enough. I was covered by the YouTube ad. Pop in. He was in there a minute ago. The link's in there. Anybody that wants to pop in can pop in.
Jaden O'Neal.
Yeah. The not John Mateer. Yeah. Did you think that Mateer was going to be good too? Because that's who he's supposed to be, is the next Mateer. I've seen him in person. I've seen Jaden O'Neal in person. They ain't the same. I'm just going to leave it at that. They ain't the same. And I think that Bentley's pretty good too. I'm not saying he's not. They ain't the same. Where's Sooner in Texas? Where's he at?
So look.
Saban bench Jalen Hurts for Tua. It happens in everyday life.
Yeah.
It happens it happens multiple times every year. Chuckster, can you hear me? Chuck.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can hear both of you.
I got you now. Come on in. The water's fine.
What's going on, fellas?
What's up, man?
Oh, nothing much. It's kind of late, so I'm just being quiet. But I agree with you, Jason, on the quarterback thing. Mateer, I feel for him in a way. This was a big leap for him, but I think he's a little in over his head. I believe that Arbuckle really isn't as bad as it looks like he is, because I've seen plays where the receivers are open, but the execution of the plays are not being played out. And I was holding on for Mateer to do better, but man, I think, like you said, it is what it is. He is what he is. And one other thing, and then you can ask me any questions, or that's all I want to really say is that I truly believe there should be competition. It shouldn't be Mateer gets the starting position next year without competition. And I believe that, and I have to do better with accusing the offense. It's not, man, the offense is doing great. It's the execution of the plays. And you hear defense say all the time is that, look, we play this game all week. We don't play it on Saturday. We play this game all week, mental reps in practice. So then when we show up Saturday, it plays out exactly how we have played it in practice. So that lets you know something is going on the offensive side of the ball that's throwing red flags in practice.
Yeah. I don't really know what else to say other than I think that it's wild to me that every other position on this football team, that's what their culture is based on. Best player plays. Best player plays. The most healthy, the best, whatever it is. Next man up. That whole, this is the way that you build, and this is what championship teams are built on, is next guy up. Let's go. Who's that guy? So if you're not getting it done, you're not getting it done. Get them out.
Yeah.
We even saw Lincoln handle this. I mean, he didn't handle it great, but he did the right thing. He pulled Spencer's ass out and put Caleb in. He waited a while, but he did it.
One of the biggest things that gets me, Jason and Bishop, is this. And I truly believe that defense wins games. But
Defense wins
for the
champions.
people for the
Offense wins the games. Yeah.
but for people to say that we're going to go deep into the playoffs without having a offense that can score more than 7 to 14 points, something is wrong.
Yeah. Well,
Because
and
because
right here,
these
he's missing reads in the RPO even, and like we were saying it. Guys around me were saying, I was saying it. You're seeing him. If you count, if there's 6 guys in the box, that's when you pull the ball and probably take it. That's +1 run game now, right?
but
5,
Jason,
you need to hand it off. If there's 5 or less, you need to hand it off. He never does this.
but listen to what BV's been saying. He's been saying it on the press conference. I don't know why you're giving him 2 options. Don't give him 2 options.
I know.
I mean, BV's been saying this.
I know.
Don't give
But
him
you're
2
fired.
options. Just make it simple. Give him a read to go with, and that's it. Why are we giving him? Why are we giving him opportunity? Well, anyway, guys, God bless you all, and thanks for
And
allowing.
that was a great one. That was awesome to
That
even
was
say.
awesome.
Again, this is what you want to see. Is again, just make it a if it's competition based, I don't care. But nobody can really sit there and tell you, and no matter what, who says it, and I see it all day, every day in the chat. It does. I don't care what you think. It's a crazy thing to say that if they believed in Hawkins more, he'd play. That's not truthful. It's not truthful at all, because there's a reason that he's sticking with Mateer when he's playing this poorly. That's just how it is. And it doesn't matter that it doesn't matter if he was better. We'll never know. And you can't judge him on a couple of series or whatever. And when you've had an entire season of, and even whenever the first 4 games he looked better, they didn't play the greatest teams either. I mean, and he was still turning the ball over. He was still turning the ball over. It wasn't as bad as it is now. But look, he did not look good tonight. He did not. He put some yards up. He made some plays here and there. The receivers made some plays finally. Giovanni looks like he's getting better and better each week. I mean, he basically can't cover him.
So can I ask y'all do something? I got both of y'all here. With all the interceptions we threw today, if we didn't have a championship style defense, do you think we win that game?
No,
There's
Wait,
your answer.
ask that question again. Ask that question again.
No. What I'm saying is because we threw those 3 interceptions, think about it. If we didn't have the defense that was a championship style defense, do you think we win the game?
Shit, no.
no.
So ask yourself, the key is
Oh, how
they
many
need to,
opportunities? I mean, the
yeah,
first pick, it should have been a pick 6, and they're talking about the great
facts.
tackle he made. They don't want to talk about the shitty throw he made, but they do want to talk about the tackle. And credit to him for making the play and not letting them in the end zone. But shout out to Peyton Bowen for fucking going up and getting Michael Jordan hops to get that fucking interception on the very next play.
Yeah,
Facts.
that was an awesome play.
And see, yeah,
If it's not for that, then what?
yeah. And so that's what I'm saying is I believe this team, offensive wise, there's so many moving parts that if we can catch a break in this next 3 weeks and get some players healthy, boy, and get some continuity. The simple fact is, BV's right. Simplify it. Make it to where you're competent and you can read defense and you can get it to the open man. and then you run the ball where the trap door opens. If you do that, then the defense will take it the rest of the way. But the key is 7 to 14 points is not going to get into the playoffs. I'm sad. I'm explaining it as plain as day. We're going up against people who's going to find ways to score on our defense. No matter how much of a championship defense, there are teams out there that can score on us, and that we're going to have to play complementary football to win games. It can be done. I'm not saying it can't. I'm saying we need to fine tune and just like when we answer all those questions to go into this year and got some major pieces, we need to do it again for the playoffs because it's a whole bunch of tape out on us. And hey, nothing underneath the sun won't surprise them if we go with what we currently have.
BV's job isn't on the line now. He just won 10 games in his second year in the SEC and has the best defense in the country. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. The Ohio State defense ain't as good.
Put it like this. What team could go into Knoxville and in T-Town and pull out wins? Hold that offense the way we did to win those games.
They love this shit too. And I'll say this. The grimy stuff, I mean, it's badass. I mean, this team, man, you sit there and you watch this defense work. And man, they work. And they weren't getting to the quarterback tonight, which is I mean, they didn't even have a sack, which was kind of surprising. But that's that mobile quarterback. I think they were just trying to keep him corralled more than anything. So they weren't sending a bunch of pressure at him. But every time they handed it off or threw it around the line, they were eating that shit alive. Nobody said BV doesn't care about winning. Who said that? What are you talking about? Who's saying that? I'm not seeing anybody saying that. Grimy wins are getting old, though. We need some offense. And look, nobody's even, again, I would just, I'm going to repeat this one more time, and I'm really getting sick of this conversation. 24 points would do it, man. Against pretty much anybody. I'm talking anyone.
My brother Kyle, let me help you out. Understand, in order to beat the man, you got to go into his backyard, and that's what we did at Tennessee. Understand, we know that Pavi and them, they took it to him, but understand they have a team that's already in a defeated mode. At that time we were playing them, they still had a chance to go to the playoffs. It's easier to make that assumption when someone has already been kicked out where they won't be able to go to the playoffs. Different mindsets. Just helping you out, my brother.
Vandy, are we going to get screwed? No. Vandy doesn't have any better. I don't think that's what anybody's saying. Obviously, everybody knows that BB's trying to win football games. Kamish, I did not look necessarily, but man, it's been kind of a long day, long couple of days. Got my mom in town and stuff like that. We were going to the game, so I'll check it out here in a little bit. But hey, man, you're welcome to pop in and give us
please
on the call. Let me drop the link one more time. Pop in.
Yeah.
No, he isn't. No, he's not. No, BV stays out of the conversation. BV stays out of the quarterback conversation for the most part until it's all the way at the end. And if you weren't paying attention, he was in the middle of Mateer's ass a number of times in the third quarter, and Buckle too. Pay attention to the sidelines.
Facts.
You'll see it.
But here's the thing is, you guys, the simple fact is always trying to say is, in order for us to win the Natty, this is what needs to happen so that we can play complementary football compared to our defense on what output because they're they are laying it on the line and kept us in that game when any other defense, it could have got real ugly. real fast.
Mm-hmm. 24 points in our D. What's so crazy? Our offense is playing good outside of our quarterback. Yeah, it's not like you don't have weapons. I mean, like throwing someone into a wall. What does that mean? That's not what I said.
Hey, Jason, let me let you talk to them, man.
This is wild conversations we're having, man. Wild
All I'm saying is, family, is that just think about it. If we go up against, let's just say, if we get a chance to go up against Georgia, do you think what we're doing now on offense is going to be more than enough? And if not, wouldn't you want to make every possible scenario and every possible player available if we can get some use out of them to be used? I'm just saying. Hey, documentation beat conversation. The bottom line is if you're not making the necessary changes and being ready, someone else is. Salute, fam.
That's what this is about. That's what the whole you know what? I hadn't even thought about that. We're gonna blame Michael Hawkins for the fucking wall behind the end zone being that close. That's what this shit
No.
is.
Mm-mm.
That's what this shit is for all
Yeah.
you haters of Michael Hawkins. That's what this is. Damn, I thought people were better than this. You know what? I'm done with the conversation right now. Done. Kiffin allegedly threatens to poach Ole Miss players if he can't finish the season. No. Shocker. Big shocker. Apparently it's done deal. They've locked that down. Look, it is what it is. What does Bama beat? What? What does Bama beat Georgia's ass? They're gonna play again. No, he doesn't. Yeah, well, Mateer he only knows how to throw darts that skip off the ground or fucking way miss. So I don't know what we're talking about. I don't mind putting air under the ball. That's kind of what you need when you got receivers that can stretch the field. Just saying. He did the sidearm stuff, Kyle. Do you see Mateer ever throw it like this? It's always like this.
Hey, Jason, salute, man. I'm going to let y'all do your thing.
All right. TP, I'm about to kick your ass out of here. I'm getting sick of it. Kick him out. Get him, Bishop. Damn it. See you, Bishop. Thank you for coming in. Who's next? Come on. Crazy win tonight. Yeah, man, I was there. It was wild. It did erupt. Whenever they hit that touchdown pass. Fine. It put them ahead for good. Woo! Man, you just got home? Damn, it's late for you, bro. 2 in the morning? You want to pop in? They both have the same problems. He may have picked it up a little bit. They don't have the same problems, man. You didn't see him doing that at all last year. He did it. I saw it in one. I saw him do it a couple times in the Kent State game. He doesn't have the happy feet that we've seen from Mateer. And you know what? We haven't seen hardly anything from him. We haven't. Get on my nerves, TP. You really are. Really are. It's worse than the all caps bullshit. It's right here, bro. Would you be shocked if Notre Dame jumps to Tuesday? No. Yes. No. Probably not. Not with the offense playing like it is. I'll tell you this. If anybody's worried about missing the playoff, it's not having any kind of offense whatsoever. I mean, it's not like they can't do it. Look, I don't know. I'm at this point. At this point, man, it just look. They're not going to change to Hawkins. That's clear. They're not going to. They're not going to. Can we talk about something else? While I give Coach Ricks just a second, check out this. I'm going to hit the head again. Hey, Jason Watkins here with Hall of Fame College Football. And if you are ready to back your favorite team, the Sooners, and fade that Texas hype train every Saturday this fall, there's only one place to do it, MyBookie. Right now, you can double your first deposit up to $1,000 when you sign up at hofmedia.us/mybookie1000. That's hofmedia.us/mybookie1000. Yep, 100% deposit bonus, and it takes less than 5 minutes to get started. Whether you're betting college football, rolling the dice in the online casino, or dropping a 10-leg parlay on SEC Chaos, MyBookie has everything you need. Bet anytime, anywhere, on the go, at the tailgate, or yelling at the refs from your couch. Just don't talk trash. Put your money where your mouth is. Hit that link, hofmedia.us/mybookie1000, and get your deposit bonus today. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie and Hall of Fame College Football. Are you tired of your game day gear looking like it's stuck in the offseason? Well, step up your fandom with Hall of Fame College Football's official Fanatics partner store. Whether you're a diehard Oklahoma Sooners fan like myself, bleeding crimson and cream, or you rep another one of the SEC's heavy hitters, Fanatics has you covered. Shop thousands of officially licensed hats, jerseys, sideline polos, and exclusive championship merch from the entire Power 4 and Group of 6 too, all shipped directly to your doorstep and fast. Want to gear up like your favorite coaches and players? Are you looking for that perfect tailgate tee or a statement piece for your man cave? Fanatics is your one-stop shop for authentic college football gear from everybody that plays the game. So do yourself and your team a favor. Click our link in the description or simply log on to hofmedia.us/fanatics. That's hofmedia.us/fanatics. And you can shop everything that you want for the best prices of the day right on our Fanatics partner page. All right, give me 1 second, Coach. I'm bringing in. Find that damn Twins. Welcome to the show, our guy, Coach Ricks. What up, man? You been doing business? What kind of business you been running?
I told you I took on that new leadership role at UPS, so I was up in New York over the weekend
Nice.
doing some business. So I couldn't get on my show tonight because I got a layover in Baltimore.
Oh, those are fun, and they happen a lot in Baltimore, don't they?
Of all days, I'm watching the football game at the airport, man, and I'm yelling and screaming, going crazy. So where do we start?
Yeah. Well, everybody's been on. I mean, obviously, the easy where to go is that our quarterback didn't look good again, and it was. I mean, you got 3 turnovers now. Now we got to really start talking. But here's the deal: it is going to be what it is at this point, and I think it's pretty clear that they're not going to play Michael Hawkins, and I think his family made it clear that they're not very happy about it at this point. They've been backing him up for a long time. And now they were throwing darts tonight. Apparently, I guess they erased the tweets, but they were out there.
It's unfortunate, man, because Mateer rushed so many balls tonight, man, when you didn't have to. The ball where he threw in the flat to Giovanni, he could have kept running.
Better, by the way.
Could have just kept running, man. I mean, it's I know that you don't trust the line, but
They're better though. The line's been
yes,
great. Hey.
he don't trust him. I'm just saying once you leave the pocket, that's on you. You leave the pocket too much.
Well, yeah, and I mean, a lot of times there's a 3-man rush, your line's holding up, and you're running out of into danger, right? Out of protection and into danger. It's wild.
A lot of the holding calls that we get, that's on John Material leaving the damn pocket because now they don't know where you are. And when the defender goes to the left, offensive line is going to try to shift. And if they're not mobile enough to go lateral, they're going to try to grab something to prevent you from going that way. And there's your holding. He has to learn either to go up in the pocket. I've never once seen John Material throw the ball away. Just throw the ball out of bounds and let us see another day. It's always a loss or incomplete. And I'm not bagging. I mean, a win's a win. But damn, man, I mean, shit, I don't put 3 or 4 years of my age watching this damn ball game, man, today. Because it's simple shit. It's simple stuff being a quarterback or ex-quarterback and an ex-offensive player, man. That is the hardest thing to watch as a quarterback that you know that's decent and good. Play the way he played tonight. That's, I mean, just the way it is. So we got a long way to go, man, if we're going to try to make a run in the CFP because I don't see us. I mean, the defense can only do so much. I mean, I know Notre Dame might be our first draw. They are a running team, but they're more of a play action team as well. So we got to be very disciplined when it comes to that. But I think we might have a chance if we can just take the outs, take the outside. I mean, that last drive that we had to go score, that should have been done all damn game. They were giving it to you the whole damn game. They were giving it to you the whole damn game. Out in the flats. How many times did we run up between the damn tackles? I mean, inside the damn guards trying to move the damn ball. You cannot do that in the SEC pretty much. Run between the guards. Tackles, yes. But just my thought.
I mean, there's lots of things there's lots of stuff, but I think it's clear that they're not going to make a change at this point.
No, it's too late.
And I don't know that it's too late, but I don't think it's ever too late if you're in a situation where you're about to lose a game. I think you should be willing to do whatever you got to do. I've made this exact comparison, or I've said it like this a few times. Shoot your fucking gun empty, man.
Oh yeah, empty that clip.
Don't leave mags in your fucking pocket or bullets in your mags. Don't do it. Fire away. And every other position on the football team is best man plays, man.
Yeah.
And it's look, I don't believe that that's what's going on here, and I think that it's because whatever it is about Brent Venables doesn't want to get involved in the offense enough. He's not involved enough. Now I was seeing him screaming at those guys today. He was not having it. He was unhappy.
It's going to take for Arbuckle to have to come to Jesus moment. I keep hearing, well, he's the first year in the SEC and yada, 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 yada. Okay. Play calling is play calling. Doesn't matter what damn league conference you're in. Play calling is play calling. It's not that the competition that's the problem. Your scheme right now is suspect because it seems like you have run out of plays. You're running the same old shit over and over and over again. That's not working. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of the plays and everything that he threw the ball at some of the receivers' legs. You can't just throw the ball real quick. Take your time. Rolling out is going to be the best thing for Oklahoma right now, because when you do play action or roll out, now that defender has to make a decision. Do I want to pursue the quarterback and give up my assignment, or do I want to just drift to the sideline and then John Material takes off or runs or throws a little flat? It's easy shit, man, that I was watching against LSU, and I was at the airport with a guy that was an LSU fan, and I was on the phone with Amy, and I told the guys, he said, man, y'all guys look good, man. You think you guys can make a long run I make a wrong run in the CFP, and before I could say anything, my wife on the phone said, "Shit, not with that offense. Not with that offense, you can't." And she ain't a football person. She just said, "Not with that offense." She said, "Y'all's quarterback suck." And I said, "Well,
Blazing, you can say this, but he was trying to fire Seth Luttrell for weeks, months by then.
yeah,
He was still trying to fire him then. He's not trying to. He likes Buckle. He's trying to keep Buckle around. He's trying to believe in what they're doing. They're not in a situation like they were in at that point
no,
against Tennessee. He knew they weren't going to be good enough to win without playing better offense. They're getting away with it because they've got a kicker that can boot it from everywhere. He's now 23 in a row. And it's not the same situation. We just act like everything. I mean, the context has to matter, folks. When Satana made the great catch, the next play they should have run the ball. He should have run the ball. Yeah. He's not even making here's the problem that I have. As much as a problem with the throws, I mean, the throws are what they are. Look, I think you got to throw the ball because they're not going to run it that well. I think you got to throw it. You know what I mean? Now, here's what I will say. He's missing wide open dudes. They're not there. He's not seeing them. But here's the other part. He can't count to 6 on the fucking RPO. He makes the wrong decision in the RPO about every time they run it.
pretty much. And that's not just this game either, Jason.
It's quarterback +1. You got to pull it. If it's 5 and below, you hand it off or you throw it. We're not talking about long division.
Everybody does the same thing, and they make the better decision when it comes to the RPO on other teams. Pavia, great example.
You can run the ball when the defense is giving you a light box, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
So
if they got 6 in the box, you might be able to get it off too. That's the thing. He's not doing the right thing against it. He's always choosing the wrong thing. Like the Jaden Ott when he was in, brother, I'll tell you, when Jaden Ott was in, that dude would have probably been still running had he handed the ball off there. I'm going to bring in, I believe, this is Justin Johnson, which I believe is NIL, the chief, our guy. It's the NIL commish. Real quick, let me get him in here. That is our guy. What's up, commish? How you doing, man? Doing good, brother. Doing good. Welcome into the show. What do you got?
It says I'm on stage, but I can't see me. This is the first time I've used this software.
Yeah, I can pull you into a different one, but I've got you behind it right now because I didn't build the scene yet. I just got to build a different scene. Is all.
That's all good, man. Nothing. I'm still up. It's 1:30 in the morning. Then I went to the game, froze my butt off, and got back and did a live stream earlier. And all
you
we
at the
did
game?
was
That was freezing.
yes,
wasn't it? Oof.
Yes, and it was a really awesome game, but it was not awesome at the same time.
Yes, bro.
The Joe Castiglione thing was cool. Seeing the corsages on all the band people and the senior and all that, the new fireworks on every single part of the stadium is awesome. But God, that first half was hard to watch, dude. The whole game was hard to watch.
It was indeed very much hard to watch. Very much hard to watch. It was, I mean, it was cool when he finally hit. When Satana got loose, I couldn't believe he was that open.
That was just a bust.
That was blown ass coverage, thank God, because they weren't hitting anything.
So how many yards did he actually get if you take away the Deion Burks screen and that busted play to Satania? How many yards did he actually get?
I'll tell you right now.
And I'm gonna say it. I love
around 60% anyway, but the interceptions were. Here's the thing, man. If He had to make that tackle, and had it not been for Peyton on that next play, what a freaking jump! And again, we should really be talking about Peyton Bowen a lot more. This
He's
guy
player of the
is
game, man.
balling out.
I think
Completely
Cortland
balling.
Guillory as a freshman, people are like he gets pass interferences too much. He's a freshman, and he's getting better and better and better. And we're putting a freshman at cornerback, taking on the best receiver from the other team. Guy's a stud. I'm not worried about the defense. Nobody should be worried about the
Jacoby's
defense.
been real good too lately. Jacoby's been real good too.
Yep. He
You
made
know,
a
when
play
you get
today.
in, usually they don't even talk about him, which is cool. That means that nobody's throwing his way. He
Didn't
was
he
23 for 38. 22 for 38. He had a QBR of 53.7, 318. So if you take away the long ones to Satanga was, let's see, what the scoring plays.
Was it like 56 or 57 or something like that?
Yeah, I believe so. 58.
I'm
Yeah,
wa-
58. And then
58.
Dion was 45. So that's 90. That's 103. So,
Yeah.
318. It's over 200 though, if you take those away. But I mean, you can't take them away. He hit them. But I mean, man, and I was glad to see Dion kind of break one for once.
Yeah, that was exciting. Dude, it was kind of depressing there for a while until we took the lead. And Sooner Magic, man. I have a lot of things, and I've already ranted and raved on my live stream earlier about that. I'm kind of tired. Like, you're tired. I've been beating a dead horse all night about John Mateer and Ben Arbuckle, and I'm so tired of seeing this shotgun running scheme that we're doing. It's driving me nuts.
When we're getting into second and twos, second and 1, second and 2, and then you're punting because they're not getting under center at all. And I mean, goddamn, do something different.
How about the last 2 games, Missouri as well? We come out and try to go for it on 4th down. In the Missouri game, they brought out David Stone to block, and we go big with extra blockers and more tight ends and stuff. Why don't you just tell the defense what we're doing? We run 5 wide all game long, and then on 4th and 1, we come out with this package we never have. And instead of running like a bootleg or a fake out of it, we try to run it up the middle and we get stuffed. Both games we got stuffed on a 4th down trying to run some big play. And that's what drives me crazy is as a idiot on YouTube, a fan sitting in the stands, me, I can see what's about to happen. Don't you think the defense is going to know what's about to happen? So
it's they telegraph it all the time. And it's not, when you see, I mean, I like seeing that wide receiver screen because we hadn't really seen it much, or at least not that look of it anyway, which, hey man, anything you do a little different would be great. I loved it that they were at least attempting to get Kanik more involved a little bit tonight. Would have loved to have seen that.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Well, what about a running back screen? We don't see those ever.
I'd love to see that. Yeah.
They did attempt the shovel pass again, which I'm happy about. It didn't do anything, but I was at least happy to see it happen.
Yeah. You got to hope that Mateer is decent. But he's not been decent. Said he still has a hot hand at running back. So why not keep Blaylock in? Kid was getting chunk runs. He did get banged up a little bit, though. They had him in the 10 at one time, for sure. That's when Ott went in. And they didn't hand him the ball. He'd probably still be running had they done it. Oh, buddy. A Texas fan in here talking shit. Oh, he's upset.
You seem to get a lot of those.
Yeah, they love to come in here and cry about it. They cry about it. Hey, listen, don't lose to fucking Florida. You know what I mean? Don't lose to Florida. If you don't lose to Florida, nobody's keeping you out of the playoff, man. If we didn't play Ohio State, we'd be 10-2. If you didn't lose to Florida, you'd be 10-2.
Well, I don't think they passed the eye test either. I mean, when you look at Kentucky and Mississippi State, hell, what was was it UTEP early on in the season? They didn't pass the eye test in that one either. I don't know if it was UTEP or not.
It was. I got one for you.
They could not move people on the goal line versus UTEP.
Shout Shout out to our guy Steven from Fanatic. Respect them. Not they couldn't do it versus UTEP.
Well, what about that? I know fans were booing like crazy, and I was one of them. Whenever that blatant pass interference was not called on the sideline, and yeah, we were irritated with it. But on the very next play, John Mateer throws it over the middle, gets the first down. Right? Who cares about that pass interference? So that officiating sucked, but it had nothing to do with the outcome of the game. And then the very next play, John Mateer proceeds to throw an interception. So like, we're angry about that pass interference. Referees, you're idiots. But it had
that was so
nothing
bad
to do
too. I mean, and Kyle DePuis
with the
brought it up a
outcome.
second ago. It was so bad. I struck.
It was terrible.
It was so bad. It was so bad. He freaking clocked his ass.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Way
man.
before the ball got there.
He got hurt on it, but it was weird the way that went down. But I couldn't believe it. And then the next play, and I mean, if it was the one that he threw to Giovanni, right? That he was trying to throw to Giovanni, and they got it picked off on the one. They had 4 out on the side.
I have to go back and watch the game. It's hard from where we sit sometimes.
Yeah.
So
had room.
rewatching it on TV is a lot easier.
When you've got a guy streaking down the sideline, I don't know if it was that one or not, but just talking about that Giovanni one. Giovanni he's got room. He has to come back for it. If you throw it out in front, just throw it to the back of the end zone. He's going to run under that. Or throw it 5 yards by him. He never does that. Never gets any air under it. It just wasn't a good throw. Just want a good throw.
I love the Sooners, but Mateer is not very accurate. At least not right now. He's not. He's not throwing very accurately. And that deep ball that he overthrew, or I don't want to say the receiver necessarily had him beat, but he had a step on him. You throw a good ball there, it should be a catch. He's throwing lasers, dude. I'm tired of not seeing air under the ball. I know I'm bitching about John Mateer, but it's driving me crazy.
D-Mac was saying the same thing. He's throwing seeds. He kept saying he's throwing seeds when he needs to, throw pillows.
Yeah, just lay it up there.
Nerf balls. Throw Nerf balls and stuff. Exactly. You know what I mean? And you don't have any changing speeds or any of that kind of stuff. It's just wild but I think the main thing that everybody I just want to see competition for the job. And I don't know that I believe that you're getting that ever, because I mean, I said it earlier and I was definitely being petty. I've seen, and I like Bo Bentley. I think he's pretty good. But if everybody's excited about Bo Bentley because he's Mateer, he's another Mateer. Oh fuck!
Hey, where'd Coach Ricks go, man? I didn't mean to steal his thunder here.
No. He said he said something went out. Something broke. All of a sudden, he said he's got to go get a new router tomorrow. Something blew up.
Gotcha.
But
I've only got one light. One of my lights was smoke, or it popped the other night, and a bunch of smoke went all through my room. It was crazy. So I only have one light over here, so half my face is probably shaded or shadowed out or whatever. But I got to go get me another bulb.
Yeah, man, I've just gotten into the studio and the mobile studio here, and I'm still trying to kind of get it going. But it's I've got a bunch of equipment. I'm still kind of making the desk right and doing some different stuff, and I'm about to do a different background, a router.
Yeah, I'd like to network with you a little bit more and kind of pick your brain on how you do things and vice versa, because there's some stuff you've made that I'm like, well, how did you do that? And also, this is a lot better than StreamYard, in my opinion.
EVMux is great, man. And it's cheaper than StreamYard by a lot, by the way.
Well, I use OBS, which is free.
It is, but man, I was using OBS for a while.
Yeah.
There's a lot to it, man. There's a lot. Now, this one isn't like StreamYard, but
there's a lot to it, but you can do a lot. You can do way more than StreamYard or this, and I'm not talking down on this at all.
We had producers that could do all that shit, and then you don't care what you're using, right?
Well, I worked on it I don't know. I'm kind of like I'm a musician / somewhat. I don't want to say artistic, but I'm a woodworker as well. So when I got into OBS, it was like you can be creative, and I sat there and made all kinds of scenes and backgrounds and different things and figured it out. And it took a long time. Like you said, it's pretty in depth, but the only problem with it is you have to have a beast of a computer.
You do the gaming stuff. And that's what OBS is for, is gaming, right? That's what it was originally built for.
It's what it, yes, originally it was built for that, but now a lot of people are using it just to be YouTubers. It's like the #1 YouTube software for, I don't want to say people that are heavily into YouTube, but
sure,
if you want a free software and you want to be able to do it your own way, I can put
where you can
anything anywhere I want. Yes, I can do it however I want. It is a lot of work, but once you start figuring it out, like I said, if you're creative, it's a lot of fun. But like I said, I'm not talking down on StreamYard people or anything like that. That's easy, point and click, get it done. If you're just there to talk and give information, might as well go that direction.
It's so expensive though, and their video is still grainy and crappy. And that's
the StreamYard.
Yeah, and it's gotten. I mean, I know that whenever I finally went away from them and went to EVMux, I paid $40, I think, for this one. It was $70 to have any of the bells and whistles on StreamYard. Now I think it's gone down some because people are not trying to do that. But they had charged me a bunch, and I had to get my money back, and I just moved away from it. But Jay and them from Unfair Sports were already on EVMux, and he told me about it, and I'd been on with him. And the video is always so much better. So I love it, and you can pre-build your scenes and do all that kind of stuff, and just kind of do some different stuff. But yeah, anytime you want to talk about it, we can check it out. I'll show you anything.
Yeah, I remember asking you about it.
The game on that kickoff, because if he doesn't slow him down, that player takes it to the house. No, he definitely did. I mean, Tay Sandell is our.
he might be the MVP of the season, man.
My goodness, he's a beast, man.
And I'm tired of people talking about his shorty shorts. Look at the guy named Sapp on Florida Gators. Have you ever seen that defensive end on Florida Gators?
Yeah, and he's holding a lot more in.
Yeah. Dude.
Yeah. Hey, picks on tape. If he goes out there naked, if he keeps on banging them through the damn uprights. Pause.
Oh, we were watching him at halftime practice, and he went and kicked a 60-yarder.
He was kicking it from the 50.
Yeah, he did have the wind with him.
I wish they would have done giving him that opportunity. They had one that they could have.
Yeah, the one they went for it on 4th and 1 and didn't get it.
Yeah, because on these 4th and 1s, why are you in the shotgun? Not even the pistol, the shotgun. Don't like
that, and they brought in a big package, like extra blockers, one wide receiver out wide. I don't know. I don't know the X's and O's like these coaches do, but just as a fan sitting in the stands, I do know that they're not very creative. I can say that.
Yeah, I don't know that I mean, to some extent, I feel like Arbuckle's. I don't love that. I think if you're not willing to get under center, then you're not multiple enough for me. I want to see you get under center, at the very least get into the pistol. But I think you can get running downhill, and on 4th and 1, I mean, the quarterback sneaky, you walk up and get behind this damn center and get the ball and just nudge it over. I mean, that's the easiest play in football. It's why it's worked for 100 years.
I agree. I mean, you get under center, you don't just have to hand it off. You got the bootleg too, and Mateer could run that just fine. But anyway, no, dude, sorry we sat there and talked about technical stuff, but let's get back to football. Appreciate you having me on, dude.
Yeah, no worries, man.
Been doing this for about 1 year and 3 months now. Year and 3 months now.
That's all. That's not bad. That's pretty good. I'm in my 3rd year now. So it's a learning curve. But I think the main thing is just being staying to where you're consistent.
Yeah.
Put out the content.
Well, I was doing like some stupid gaggy stuff where I'd put on a wig and a mustache and do like
That was
Stupid funny
hilarious,
stuff.
bro.
You like the Chuck mustache?
I did. It was great.
Yeah.
Good stuff. And the music and stuff. I mean, no, dude, I like your show. I do. I think it's good.
Appreciate it, man.
I think it's good
I'll,
stuff.
I'll I'll come up with more music. I want to do like a Texas song, like "Sorry You're Not in the College Football Playoffs" type song. But
No.
I'd really like to come up with like a musical video for it, not just have a song. And that stuff's hard, like creating a video. That 1 minute Homer Phenol commercial that I made, which is basically a drug for crazy psycho fans. It's a 1 minute commercial, and it took me probably 16 hours to make.
That's the hard part. That's why I mostly stick to streams, because you don't have to mess with it. Now you should be doing more. I should be doing a hell of a lot more shorts and things like that with it than I do.
agree.
And the main thing is just to. That's the hard part, though. It's if you don't have time, it takes hours and hours to like get good. Now you can use, like I use well, I'll get into some of this, but I use a certain one, and it's pretty easy to use. It's not tough, but I don't get as in depth with a lot of them. Now, some of the videos, if I'm doing like a real featurey thing or whatever, like I did with some of the recruiting stuff for a couple of years ago, that one was a long project, and those work well. But it's tough, man, and you have to justify the amount of views that you get for the amount of time that you spend on it too.
That's what I was gonna say. You said it right there. Spend a bunch of times, and then you see
Right.
116 views, and you're like, it's not
tough.
worth it.
But you know what? You just keep on pushing, and I think, like I said, I think you do a good job. It's just about getting seen. Once you get eyes on you, you've got talent. I think you're doing good stuff, and I think that's the main thing. Sometimes, and there's going to be people that like it, people that don't. And to me, I'm like that. People hate my ass. Half of them, I think, and half who watch don't like me, and they watch because they don't. But it's, it is what it is, and I don't care. I say whatever I want. But
I'm the same way. I was a musician, and you get, 100 people say you're awesome and they love you, and then you get one person that's a hater. It's okay. I'll take the 100 people's advice over that one person. So that's
No
kind of
doubt.
how I view it.
And my audience is, I love the guys, even the ball busters in there. I love them because they're always here. You know what I mean? They support. So it is awesome. So that's what you got to kind of look at it that way. And but the best part about it is this shit. It's fun. We're just talking football. We're talking college football.
Yep.
And
I try to stay away from politics and all that other crap. When people bring it in there, I shut it down. I try to make it kid friendly. I make it to where you can be 18 and under to watch my videos. I cuss like a sailor, but I try not to in front of the camera.
I've been trying not to, but I can't. I struggle.
Well, do you have it as 18 and over?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
Well,
not
then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you do that. Like if
Yeah,
I ever make a video and I say 18 and over,
it turns away an audience, though. It turns away some of the audience. Some people don't
especially
like
the
it.
F-bomb.
I get people that, I get people that get really upset about it. They'll like the show, but they're like, I can't do it. I can't deal with it. Okay.
Hey, I'm guilty of the same thing. Anyway, let's talk sports. Sorry, guys. Sorry to sit here and take away your audience from you.
No, you're good. Go ahead. Who was the kid that committed after the game? Was it there's a few.
I heard that. It was defensive edge rusher. I don't remember his name.
He's a freaking stud too. Let me look up Sooners.
4-star.
Yeah. And then have you seen that kid from Alabama?
No, I all I know about is like the running back and
Moore. He's an under the radar guy. This dude is a stud. And I think he's going to be committing this week. It sounds like they're close with him. He's a baller. Linebacker guy. I think that they were hoping that he stayed under the radar, so they didn't offer him until now. But he was there tonight as well. Man, look, the defense, they get better all the time. So it's awesome, right? But you listen because I cuss there, Maurice, my man. Appreciate it. Crew Jones, that's who it was. Yeah, Crew Jones.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
a baller. Boy, Twitter is it's rough tonight. He said Hawkins' family was got a little wild.
Is your chat talking about like Ben Arbuckle a lot and John Mateer as far as they look good at Washington State, now they're playing against SEC and maybe they're not what we thought they were.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, well, my deal. Here's what I think. I think that Mateer was pretty good early. He was still missing shots. He was still getting some turnovers. You can deal with that if you're getting the touchdowns to go with it, but he's not running like that anymore. He's gotten hurt. Obviously, he's hurt. My biggest issue was the Texas game. He shouldn't have played against Texas. He shouldn't have played against South Carolina. Even if you lose the Texas game, you lost it anyway. Who gives a shit? But if you give him 2 more weeks to get healthy, maybe we're not in this situation where he's afraid. There's something he's not willing to stay in the pocket, clean pockets even, which he's running out of situations where he's got protection into bad situations.
He's not the same quarterback, man. And I agree with you. The Texas game, as soon as I saw him wiping blood on his pants, that I was like, all right, I obviously don't know what's going on. We're on the outside looking in, but what the heck? He's bleeding, dude. That's got to be stitches, right? He's broken the stitches or something. I don't know, but he's bleeding. Get him off the field.
Yes, it's you find the Christian Megatron Moore is is that other guy, man. He's a baller, man. Stud.
Hey, I don't know what are we 14th now in the 26 rankings?
It keeps going up. It definitely keeps going up. They're getting better. And 27, they're number 1 by a lot.
Because I thought they went down to number 2, but number 1, number 2, whatever.
Well, they were number 1 by a lot, but I don't keep up with it as much as a lot of people do. I know some of these guys, the guys that I know and stuff, but they're definitely flipping guys. And there's a guy from Texas that was a big time defensive line prospect. He may be flipping to Oklahoma. He left. He definitely decommitted from Texas, like I think 2 weeks ago. But we'll see.
Nice. Oh, Texas.
Oh, Texas.
Dude, I don't ever like chat or do anything on the message boards on Facebook, but I definitely read them, and I get a kick out of it. I love it. It's somebody will come in there and spit some facts from an OU fan or something, and then the only thing they react with is 26-3. Well, have fun in the Gator Bowl.
the Cheez-It Bowl.
Yeah.
Manny Cannell was talking some shit tonight already. Does anyone really want to watch Oklahoma's offense in the playoffs? The defense is great, but that offense is mid-level Mac bad.
That's what Saban did every year.
Yeah, except they ran the football more.
Yeah, and they ran it well. That's true. They ran it very well. And Alabama can't run the ball all of a sudden this year. You would think Alabama would be able to run the ball. Kalen DeBoer, what are you doing, man? And, okay, let's go with that. Is SEC getting 5 teams in?
Yeah, probably.
And I say that, let's go with that because I'm thinking Alabama. They would be the last.
I think Alabama gets in. They're not gonna penalize Alabama for making the SEC championship.
I agree. Even if they lose it. Now, okay, that's something I argued for like 15 minutes.
They may do that shit in the Big 12, and they may do that shit in the ACC. They are not going to do that in the SEC or the Big 10. It's not happening.
So, is Duke going to the ACC championship, or is the ACC committee going to get together and be like, nah, let's put Miami in there and screw Duke? Because they want as many teams or at least one to get the playoffs. Because ACC might not get any playoff teams.
It's the highest rated 5 conference champions, no matter where they come from. It's the highest 5. Those are the auto bids. So if you're a conference champion and you're Duke and you've got 4 or 5 losses, there's no way they're getting them.
Okay, so are they gonna put
W2G5 schools get in first? Or Miami gets in.
So, but Miami's 12th. Or
Right
Virginia.
now they're 12th. That's going to change if anybody. I don't know how that's all going to end up working out, but they're a placeholder at the moment because of the fact that they have 2 losses. Now, I was thinking that they could go up there in the cold in Pittsburgh and get their ass kicked today. They did not. They handled it.
No. Yeah.
But with Cal beating SMU, that puts Duke in that position. And now, who's to say, man? You never know who's going to do what. I think.
But they've changed the goalposts before. They did it to Oklahoma in the Big 12, where it's supposed to be this team that gets in, but now we're going to put this team in instead. And it's like they changed the rules at the end of the season. I guess my point to this is you got Miami and Virginia having a chance of making the playoff. Is there a chance that neither get in the playoffs? I'm wrapping my brain around this. Like Texas Tech and BYU might get in both. Okay, let me ask you this, because I'm really getting irritated with this conversation. After this week is over with, which it is, when we find out the rankings, when they pop out, and then they have conference championships, are the rankings going to change after the conference championships? Are they going to? But I thought they weren't going to do that. I thought, like, oh, Georgia and Alabama, you're in the conference championship. You're both getting in there. So let's say Alabama beats Georgia. Is that going to jump Alabama up and knock Georgia down? Or
Georgia only has 1 loss. So, I mean, they're going to drop a spot. But I would expect Alabama to beat Georgia because they always beat Georgia. And
so they
Georgia
will.
Alabama.
So they will change the rankings after the conference championships. That makes no
I think
sense
it's
to
gonna
me.
change a little bit. I don't think it's gonna. You're not going to see huge swings necessarily. I think the one that I'm not too sure what I think about is that I was saying this earlier. I feel like BYU and Tech should probably both get in. If they put 2 ACC schools in last year, and one of them was 9-3. And SMU didn't have a good win. They had good losses. They didn't have a good win. BYU and Tech are both 11-1. Now their strength of schedule isn't great, so I think that could keep them out of it. What's up, B Sharp? What up, Crow?
I think it's all messed up, man.
Yeah, it is. Well, here I would caution what the Texas fans are saying. Oh, well, if you punish us for playing, why will we ever schedule Ohio State again? Why will anybody? Well, that's not because you're only telling half the fucking story. You lost to Florida.
Yeah.
You lost
and you got
really
mollywopped by Georgia.
Right. Drug by Georgia. And then
Yeah.
you should have lost to Kentucky, and you should have lost to Mississippi State. You got away with those in overtime. You should have rolled over them. No way. I mean, good for you. You beat A&M. And I'm looking at A&M's schedule now, and I'm like, aside from Notre Dame, big fucking deal.
Yeah, it's not very good. In fact, I think their opponent's win percentage is under 500%.
They played 4 different teams in the SEC alone that have interim coaches.
Yeah, A&M has the worst win percentage out of the top 15 teams. Their opponent's win percentage, which is 491. Oklahoma has the number 1 opponent win percentage out of the top 15 at 627, like right. 63%. So, and they have the 5th ranked schedule. Alabama has the 9th strength of schedule. Sorry. Oklahoma's 3-2 versus the current top 25. Alabama's 3-1 versus the current top 25. Vanderbilt's 0-2. So that whole Vanderbilt might be able to get in. No, they shouldn't. I wish they could because they only have 2 losses, but they have the worst resume out of those other SEC schools. I don't know, man. I just think we're not really arguing the top 8 teams, but when you get to Notre Dame, Alabama, BYU, Miami, that's where it gets a little, I don't know. I just want them to go. I guess what I'm trying to get to is my thing is let's go to 16 teams or 8. No conference championships, no buys. Just
They're
number
never
one
gonna
plays
do it.
16.
It's not
God.
even about the best teams. It's not. It's so it isn't. It's about money, money, and more money.
Well, James Madison's not going to get you any money. I'm just saying.
Well, that's the one place that their fairness. I mean, look, I've been saying this for a long time. Fair is where you judge pigs. I don't give a fuck about fair, and neither do they, by the way. Aside from that G5 deal, and the G5 is not going to break off because they don't want to. If they were doing their own, I think that they could make more money. You could sell it. Somebody would be able to sell it, and somebody like Brett Yormark would sell it well. I think he would. You got to find a way to do that because until you do, it's never going to be real. But here's the deal. They're going to keep expanding this shit, man. They're going to go to 16 and then they're going to go you're already hearing them talking about 24 and 30 and shit in the Big 10. I don't want to hear that shit.
I don't want that.
Right now the 12 doesn't bother me. I know some people it does. The 12 doesn't bother me. There are more meaningful games in the last 4 weeks of the season than there's ever been right now. Because there's more opportunities to get in.
Okay, I would be fine with the 12 if they get rid of the conference championships.
I would like that.
You win your conference by trying to stay undefeated or having one loss. And if at the end of the season you have 2 teams that are 11-1 and they're tied, that there is no conference championship to find out. That you figure out who won the head-to-head or who has the better win or whoever's the highest ranked, whatever it is for the tiebreaker, you figure it out and make it to where, sorry, this 11-1 team gets the number 1 spot and you get the number 2 spot. You're both still going to the playoffs either way. So what's that conference champion going to do, especially for the loser? It's going to help out the winner. It's not going to help out the loser. In years past, we've seen that.
The idea of doing if you're going to, I thought the Big 12 was really stupid the Big 12 and ACC when they didn't accept the 2 auto bids. Get 2 every year. They both do, and then you get 4 apiece for the SEC and the Big 10. If they'd have done that, then you could have played those playing games instead of the conference championship. You could have 2 playing 5 and 3 playing 4 for 2 spots, in the SEC, and then you wouldn't have to play a conference championship in the Big 12. You would have the top 2 are getting in, or you could have 2 games instead for the top 4, and whoever wins those games gets in.
I like what you just said there. I haven't even thought about that. Instead of doing the best 2 teams as a conference champion, pick the teams that are just sitting on the outside as a play-in. I like that a lot. Kind of like the Major League Baseball postseason. It's like, well, these teams that aren't they're tied for 4th or whatever. Let's let them play to see who gets that 4th spot, not who is going to win the championship of their conference. I like that. I never even thought about that. That's a good idea.
Usually you can. I mean, you already, even in the Big 12, where could BYU beat Tech? Probably. Will they? Probably not. But I don't care if they're both 11-1. They've done what nobody else has done in a while, which is when you start looking at, if you start looking at the Big 12, they've been cannibalizing themselves, right? Particularly last year they did, and even before that we were doing this. We were doing it the last year that OU was in it. A lot of cannibalization. There's a lot of parity there. They stood out among the rest, and they got a 16-team league now too. I think it was huge for that, and one of them's probably going to get left out, and they probably shouldn't. 2 a.m. bong rips and Sooner talk. What up, Smoke 420 tires, barbecue, and guns? My guy. Good to see you, man. I love it. Notre Dame will be in the conference by 2027. They will not. They will not. That's not going to happen. They got paid
too arrogant.
They got paid way too much money, bro. And the coach that comes on with me, he'll tell you all this. They don't. The Big 10, they were trying to get in the Big 10 back in the 60s, all that anti-Catholic stuff. They stick with it, and they don't need. They're the one program in the country that doesn't have to. They can fill their schedule. They're making as much money with their own television deal with NBC as the SEC, the Big Ten, they don't have to do it. They don't have to
And
do it.
they also get to be on national television.
That's right.
They're not like a regional thing. They get NBC all to themselves.
Yeah.
They're different from any other college.
They are. They're the one. They're truly independent because they can be. And until you make it to where they can't be in the playoff, which they're never going to do that because they want them in the playoff. That's why they include them in the rules and all that other shit. They just the writing on the wall says otherwise, Crow. I'm sorry, buddy, but you're not right. They're just not. Look, they continue to bend over backwards for Notre Dame because you got the
Money.
SEC and the Big Ten making decisions plus Notre Dame's AD. They decide on it. That's the way it works, and because they do bring so many eyes to the game. Their brand is probably the biggest in college football. There's a few that are right up there, but it's probably Notre Dame. Just go look at the numbers. They watch them. So if they can put them in, they're going to put them in. People are bitching about Miami not getting in over them when they beat them. Guess what? Again, they want Notre Dame in. Yep.
Don't lose to SMU. Or who'd they lose to? What was Notre Dame's worst loss?
You don't lose to Louisville. Yeah, Louisville. And
Louisville. Don't lose to Louisville.
Don't lose to them. And SMU too. SMU already had 3 losses when they beat them. No, you're not, brother. I hate to tell you, but you're not. I mean, there's nothing pointing to that other than people bitch about it a lot. But it's just fans bitching about it. Like, I get it. I understand why people are upset. I understand. I'm just letting you know that they don't care. The networks don't care, and they're making the rules. College football is run by ESPN and Fox and the money, and they bring money to the table. And if you put them in a conference, that means they go to the playoff less. You put them in one of them power conferences, they get less trips to the playoff. Unless you stick them in the Big Ten where they don't ever play each other. Only 49 likes? Okay, well, we've been going a while. It's time to go anyway.
Yeah, dude. I appreciate you having me on. It's 2:05 a.m.
Yeah, dude. I'm getting sleepy too. Appreciate everybody coming in. Commish, we'll get together this next week or so, man. I think I'm working on trying to get out to the SEC championship game, even though Oklahoma's not in it. I'd like to be around it and just kind of trying to work on some stuff to get bigger. So may go out there and hang out with some of those Bama dudes and watch that game.
Right on. All right, man. Well, thanks for having me on, dude.
Hey, man. Anytime. Welcome in anytime, man. You work during the daytime? You got a day job or what?
Yeah, but I get off I work way, way early in the morning, and I get off really, really early. So
Cool.
typically
Well,
that's
the
when
morning
I'm.
show, if you want to pop in, anytime. Yeah, we'll do.
What time?
Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I go on at 9:30 Central.
Okay,
Usually for a couple
that's
hours.
pretty. I might try. We'll see. I'll definitely pop in and hit you up in the chat. See what's going on.
Cool. Sounds good, brother. Appreciate you coming in.
Right on, dude. Boomer.
Sooner. All right, fellas, folks. Appreciate everybody coming in, spending some time with us tonight. Make sure you get over and check out NIL Commish, his show. He does some cool stuff. I like his show a lot. He's gonna get bigger. Who is the OU fan? NIL Commish. Go check him out. His name is Justin Johnson. In fact, let me find his. I'll stick it in there real quick. Let me find his show's pretty good, man. Find his address. It's just at NIL Commish. I'll drop the. Done it. There you go. You guys can find him. First stream ever. Great stream. Thanks, Alpha Anderson. My guy. Appreciate it. When they didn't let Hawkins start against Texas, should have told every student friend wasn't going to get a chance to shoot. That's simple. True. You're not wrong. Not wrong. But yeah, make sure you guys get over there and check him out. Here he is again. Y'all get over there and give him a like, subscribe to the page, do all that stuff. Be good. All right, folks, I appreciate everybody coming in. We will check you all out. Be back on Monday morning. Actually, should be doing something tomorrow late afternoon with K. Chris and Mr. Mason as well. Make sure you jump on all 3 channels and check us out then. See you on the next one.